What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Venice Antoinette, but you can call me V.
And your girl, Amber Monique, also known as A Momo Chanel.
Here with another episode of Sip and Spill.
On this show, we sip on drinks while spilling the tea on dating and relationships. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our podcast and give us a 5-star rating.
You can find us on sipandspills.com. That's sipandspills.com, where you can find our podcast, blog posts, and join our email list where we offer special giveaways and discounts.
Also, make sure you follow us on social media. That's at Sip and Spills across all social media.
Now, let's get started. Boom. Okay, so welcome back, guys, to another episode of Sip and Spill. And we brought back our alleged fan favorite of 2019.
Alleged. The blasphemy.
It was crazy because if y'all go back and listen to that episode, he definitely was like, "This is gonna be the best episode of y'all whole season. I'm the best guest y'all ever had." And then,
what do Twitter say? You gotta manifest it. So there you go.
Yeah, he manifested it.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't know, you already know. It's right on Q Live.
Yes, ma'am. This is Q. Thank you guys for having me back. You know, I tend to see Venice more often. Well, not tend to. I haven't seen Amber ever in life. Even though she was the cool one last time.
Oh, God.
Yeah, now Venice is inviting her over to my house in the future. So, yeah, it's good to talk to Amber
I can't wait.
The queen from last time.
Wait, can I just say, when I saw you when we did that episode on Uncomfortable, I was like, oh, God, I didn't know Q was going to be here.
A reunion.
Yo, that was funny.
Unfortunately.
But yeah,
shout out to the 8% episode on Ryan Q Live.
Shout out. And yeah, I'll definitely be attending the post quarantine house party that Q announced on Twitter. I appreciate you accepting my invitation to myself because I didn't get an invite. So I'm just going to come as Kiera's +1 and I'll be fine.
First of all, Kia's never invited, so I guess that's right on par.
Oh yeah, perfect.
2 people that will be turned away at the door. But anyway, hopefully the quarantine is over by then.
Right, perfect. So let everybody know again where they can find you.
Yes, if you go on YouTube, Apple Podcasts app, SoundCloud, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, just type in Right on Q Live, as in the right side on QUE, not the letter, never the letter, live, Right on Q Live, and go to any episode. 9 times out of 10 you'll enjoy it. If you don't enjoy that one, 100% you'll enjoy the next one. So yeah. Also, I made a compilation out with a bunch of artists around the area. Search that, Ryan Q Live. We are live on anywhere you stream music, all that good shit. Support a young black business.
Mm-hmm. It was super dope. Check it out. So Amber, let everyone know why Q is here today. What are we talking about?
So he is here to talk about.
Wait, whose phone is going off?
Dang, all of my business. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying it's all up in my recording. I gotta go back and edit this shit out.
Really?
Yes.
God. Okay. Steve Jobs, Kanye West, meticulous. I didn't think it was. I really didn't think it was being picked.
Well, you don't edit your own episodes, so you don't understand the struggle of that.
My episodes aren't edited at all. Ooh.
Oh, you
straight off the rip. Yeah, as soon as we press stop, it get uploaded. Yeah. But continue though, Queen. Shout out to you editing your own shit.
Go ahead, Amber.
Okay, so Q is here to talk about something that has been inspired by the quarantine. We've been thinking about all the couples that live together during this time. So we are going to be talking about living together. I guess we could start off asking our guests, Q, well, we kind of already know, but would you live with your significant other?
Hell no. No, well, I currently live with my
I was about
girlfriend.
to say,
Right,
what?
right.
Like, that's the whole
Oh.
reason we asked you to do this.
Asking loaded questions. Well, yeah, I was kicked out yesterday. Yeah, so me and my girlfriend, we live together. We've been living together. This is our second place, so I think it's been around 3 years now. So during the quarantine, it hasn't really been. So unfortunately, her job, she never was able to stop. So she's been going to work every day, and I was trying to be like, faking that Turner and refuse to go to work for like 3 weeks. So I was the one home. I was trying to make a stance. The stance didn't work. I'm back at work now.
At least you could go back, because that's quite a stance.
I mean, I'm being fake, like righteous. I had PTO, so
okay.
I'm dead. Yo, how do you use your PTO during a quarantine? Like,
in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna use this PTO, and by the time 2-3 weeks, by the time it's almost up, it's gonna be some government sanctioned thing lockdown, and we gonna be good. No, niggas had to go back to work. But anyway, yeah, so it wasn't like, that the dynamic of being cooped up together for over a matter of time. I was just taking her to work every day and picking her up. But I was enjoying myself home all day, chilling, watching a bunch of shows and movies. So I haven't really had that like stereotypical image of like, yo, I'm sick of this bitch. God damn it. We just keep looking at each other. We can't leave. Can't get away from each other. All that type of stuff. But I will say, even if we were, I'm naturally a quote unquote loner. So like I would gladly just go in the other room and watch TV and hope. And again, like I feel she's definitely more of a clinger. So she's more likely to, oh, what you doing down there? But for the most part, she definitely respects my space and be like, yeah, no, stay up there. Yeah, stay. I'm down here now. Stay up here today. But yeah, but generally we don't annoy each other too much. We don't mind being around each other though.
okay, so let's stay on pre-quarantine before we go deep into the whole quarantine conversation, because that's going to be a deep one. But pre-quarantine, Amber, would you live with a partner?
No, I would say no, not until I'm married, and that's what I say now, because I just enjoy
marriage. I say engagement. I say
maybe
engagement.
well, okay, maybe even engagement, but I just enjoy my space so much. I don't see myself willingly giving that up before I have to.
So. Got you.
You stingy. I see.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, for me, it's like the reason why I say engagement is because for me to live with you, it's like you have to prove to me that this is like you need to make. You have to. It has to be some clarity that this is like a long term or something you see like longevity in, or we're building something. Because I'm not about to give you all of me without any form of like commitment. That's the way I look at it. And I feel like a lot of the relationships I see is like these women who will like live with their boyfriends for like 10 years with no ring, even though they've been wanting to get married. So, and at that point, it's like, well, why would he even propose to you? Because you give him everything he would need from a wife.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know. That's how I look at it. He completely disagrees. Like,
why would he buy the cow if he getting the milk for free?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
If y'all don't let go of these Negro spiritual slave traditional logic sentiments, man.
Do you believe in marriage? Is that something you want to do eventually?
It's not one of my virtues, but it's not something I am against.
Do you think that living together would prolong you proposing if you were going to propose?
Would it prolong? No. So generally the way I see it is what I'm definitely against is marrying someone that I've never lived with. Because just fact of the matter is that you don't know someone really until you live with them. So I'm not even going to try to. And then part of it not being one of my virtues is I just don't fully. Not saying it's impossible, but I think I'm not going to just say this whole eternal forever thing is just going to happen automatically. Whatever. I'm the type of person where it's like, we good today. I don't really care about tomorrow because I don't know what tomorrow's going to be. But today we good. So that's all that matters to me in a sense. But
Okay.
but I know there's no way in hell we gonna make it even to throughout today if I don't really know you, because we ain't live together. I don't know how you live or how you operate, how you are on a regular day and shit like that. So yeah, there's no way I'll even try to even hedge on the bet if we have even established some form of foundation, created a new foundation together for our living space and shit like that, whatever.
Okay.
So yeah,
I
So
mean,
but
I
what?
hear
I don't
you.
think it will prolong it though. That's an interesting question.
I hear you, and I guess that's why I'm like I would want to live with somebody when I'm engaged because I
Mm-hmm.
do
But how
think I
long would
want
you
to
be?
live.
How long could you be engaged before it's issue? That's another dynamic.
Well, for me, I would probably want to be engaged. I could see myself being engaged for 1 to 3 years.
Okay, three.
So
Interesting.
yeah, but that's just because it depends on how dramatic I'm going to be with my wedding. But like I definitely during my engagement, I definitely want to be engaged for at least a year, and I would want to move in together during that year because I do think
And
it's important to live together before you walk down the aisle. But it's just I'm not willing to move in with you without that form of like commitment.
right, this also how I look at it though. Like if I propose to you, we getting married. So I think it's interesting because could you see yourself being engaged because you love this person, everything's good up to this point. Y'all engaged now. Yo, let's try to move in. I'm moving to your house. You move into my house, and then it's like, wait, cause I know a couple that they've been together for a
Mm.
while now, but whenever they try to live together, it just imploded. Like it was like we just can't live together. To me though, low key, I'm like, well, that's a sign y'all shouldn't be together though. They like, no, we just gonna try to we're gonna stay together until we can figure it out. Maybe get a bigger space, and then they work again. No, bitch, y'all don't belong together. Y'all can't live together. That's how I look at it. So, do you think it will be an issue that once y'all not moved in as fiancés, it's just completely haywire? Y'all not in sync, and then the relationship crumbles. Would that matter to you? Like, would it matter if you had like possibly two fiancés, and and now looking back, you're single now. And you went to two fiancés.
I was just saying. I mean, I do agree in the sense of if somebody proposes to me, it's like we're getting married. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that's like
Nothing could
as
happen once y'all move
yeah.
in.
Like
Probably.
it's I mean, I definitely think moving in is going to make you see that person, differently because obviously like you said, like living with somebody, you really see all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess to me it's kind of when I hear that type of stuff, it's hard for me to understand it because even though I might not live with you, I'm going to be spending a lot of time with you. Like whether you're staying at my house a few days a week and I'm staying at your house a few days a week, or like whether you know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah.
like I'm not going to have spent enough time with you to have an idea of what you'd be like when we live together. That's why I'm always caught off guard by
Mm-hmm.
people who say stuff like that because I've heard that same scenario that you said and it's like, well, like it's no way that you're just completely taken completely off guard by how this person lives when y'all were dating for so long before moving in together.
Mm-hmm. Have any
Yeah.
ever lived with someone? This is my first time. I
Nah.
never lived with a
Nah.
girl. I had a
Yeah.
girl like in college, shit, like basically moving to my dorm like a fucking stalker. But yeah, I never had an apartment with a girl.
No, me neither.
Nah.
But what were some of the like circumstances that you needed with your girlfriend to know like, okay, we can live together. Like this is what I need to see in her before I know we can move in.
Got you. So I don't know about y'all ladies and y'all dealings with people. Or don't laugh. I don't like the way you laughing already.
I know this is about to go left. Go ahead.
But with me, because I'm a king, like
Oh,
women are
God.
constantly like progressing things, and it's up to me being a king to stay grounded in my kingship, to know myself and know my path, whatever. If it was up to any girl I ever talked to, I would have had 15 kids by now. Every girl I ever talked to had like 8 planned kids and had names and all type of shit, moving, not moving. So my girl, our first year, if it was up there, we would have had a place together by now. We probably would have broken up in the same year. But I knew that we just wasn't ready though. We needed to be more comfortable, be more in sync, grow as a unit, grow individually, shit like that. Learn more about each other, whatever. Learn how each other, our quirks and our shit like that, whatever. And also, I didn't want to be like, yo, yeah, just fuck it. It's cheaper, so let's go in, because the foundation is laid. I feel a lot of relationships crumble just simply because of faulty foundations. Like, y'all wasn't sturdy enough as a unit, so shit gonna fall apart, whatever. But I feel a lot of times, women want to rush the man, and man wasn't ready, and that's how he ended up acting out in certain manners. Well, whatever. Yeah, so I just feel it was a timing thing. Yeah, we need to be more established before we can do that. Other than that, though, I feel like me, if I'm gonna make you my girlfriend, I pretty much have an idea that I would want to be around you. I can be around you for a long time, and you'd be a good partner to establish a certain lifestyle with. So that was already good. I wasn't really worried about that, but I just want to make sure we were ready. And I feel we weren't ready until a certain point. So that's really all it was.
Rewind. Because I got some clarifying questions.
Here come the
hate. Because I'm definitely not that girl who has my wedding plan, my kids' names picked out, or like none of that. So I feel like you have to take responsibility.
Real quick. Let me tweet Ben.
Here we go. So I feel like you got to take responsibility for the type of women that you attract, because that complete. Because when you first started, when you were saying like women are quicker to progress, I took that as I was caught off guard because I thought you were saying in the sense of like building their careers or like following their dreams or things of that. But then you went a whole different lane of talking about how girls you was dating want like 15 kids and they got their names picked out and all that type of stuff.
Okay, this my problem with you, though, Bernice. This is my problem with you. Like me, right?
I didn't even get my question out.
Like, not enough of your nonsense.
I didn't get my question out.
All right, we'll go.
No, go ahead. Tell me about myself. I've been told about myself all week. I can't wait to hear this one.
Don't forget your points. But like my thing is with women like you that talk so heavy about things, it's like with me, like whenever I say certain things about myself, I can keep in proper perspective of me possibly being the minority in the matter or the common ground. So like, for instance, like all right, boom, bottom line. No shades to the fellas and kings out there. Most niggas cheat. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is, whatever. I happen to not. So, like, I'm not gonna be like, yo, like, I'm cheat, niggas out here not cheating. No, a lot of niggas are cheating. It is what it is, whatever. So, I gotta keep it in proper perspective. Now, to you, if you may happen to be, when you bad niggas like Ben Simmons, and
my God,
they the ones that really be trying
you're
to
not bringing
things.
that. You're not bringing that energy onto my show. We are not doing that. We are not bringing that on the Sip and Spill.
Go listen to 8% episode of Ryan G Live, people. But they the ones that progress things with you and want to settle you down. You gotta pump the brakes on them. Hold on, nigga. I don't like you like that. I won't.
No, that's not what I'm saying, though. That's not what
I feel. That's not the norm. Though. I think more times than not, it's the woman that's rushing relationship or accelerating things than the man.
I agree with you in that sense, and I think I get what you're saying, and that's not where I was going at with that, because what I was trying to say was in reference to when you were saying progressing. Like I said, in my head, I thought you meant like career wise and stuff, because that's typically what you think of the man would be doing. And in reference to like the women, I was saying, because I do know that maybe I am the minority, and I do sometimes I might come off that way because a lot of the women around me are similar, like are like-minded like me. But I guess what I was saying was that you attract that type of energy, and what I was asking was, is there a difference between your relationship now compared to the women you were talking about before, because you live with your girlfriend now versus you weren't willing to live with those girls before? And it sounded like it had a lot to do with their mindset. So I was trying to figure out, is your current relationship, her mindset, a lot different than the women you were dealing with in your past?
Okay. This is only my second relationship ever. I'm not a person that cuff people. I'll date you for
not even relationships, just like dating or like, just in general.
Yeah, but because I'm dating you, I'm pretty quick on the trigger of like declaration of what we gonna be, whatever. So if I know I'm only gonna date you, I'm not even thinking outside of it. So I can't even say like, all right, what was it about this or that made me? I can only judge my other relationship and compared to this, because those are only two that were like on that like level of like investment or something like that, whatever. But at the same time, they were such two different parts of my life. Like one was like early college, and this one is now. So I can't really compare them. if that like even me myself, like honestly, I'm a totally person I was back then. Like I was like a way more like pettier, immature type nigga back then. So if we lived together back then, or if I was that same way with that same type of girl, if she's the same now, that'd be dysfunctional as fuck. Like so I can't really depend. Yeah. Right now, the last guy y'all talked to, what would happen if y'all lived together with him? Amber first.
The last guy I talked to, it wasn't anything serious. So,
all right, the last guy that had some form of seriousness,
like your last relationship.
But I didn't want to say relationship. I didn't know how it went. So
no, that's fine. Yeah, that makes the most sense. I think we probably would have been fine. Like if we would have worked out, it would have been fine. Yeah. What about you, Venice?
I actually was considering making an exception for my last relationship to move in with
There's
him.
always exceptions to the rule.
But I didn't end up making that exception. And I guess part of it was because I knew if we lived together, in my head, it was going to be for a limited period of time until I did get my ring. And that was an issue for him, because for him, it was like, if we live together, why are we like moving out type of thing? Because what happened was, well, basically what it was I was trying to move back to Philly and he lived in Philly. So the idea was that I was going to temporarily live with him until I found my own space. But because for me, like I told you, I don't really want to live with somebody who I'm not at least engaged to. But in his head, he had lived with a partner before, so he was perfectly okay with that. And he felt like it would bother him if I moved out from his space, because he would have taken it as our relationship was taking a step back instead of a step forward. And I respect that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that was like the closest I was willing to come to an exception with. But to answer your question on like how I think it would have worked out, the longest I had spent with him, like straight, like staying together, was a little over a week, so maybe like 10 days, and we got along fine. But again, it was like, I just don't want to feel like I'm giving too much to somebody without that commitment. Like that's very important to me.
How about are y'all in a relationship typically, just the way y'all are y'all typically the more junkier one or cleaner one?
It depends on where. In the bedroom, I'm the junkier one, but in like the spaces of the house that other people see, I'm the cleaner one. Like the kitchen and the living room and the bathroom and all that stuff.
So you
but the room, my room is a disaster every single day. So
do you cook as you clean when you make baby back ribs?
Yes. You mean clean as I cook? But yes,
I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I mean, if you was a master chef, you could do it. How about you, Amber?
Am I the messier one or the cleaner one? I think that it kind of depends. Like my room is messy, but the kitchen is always going to be cleaner with me. Like I think the public areas and stuff, and I have more like bathroom products, so I might leave the bathroom a little bit more junky.
So what I just heard was both of y'all are junky. So y'all tried to clean it up, and no, it's different. Like no, y'all junky. It's cool. I see what that's.
I mean, that's what you want to call it. I'll be real. If that's what you want to call it.
So I got a lot more products. Like I gotta leave them around.
So Q, let me ask you this: since you live with your significant other, what are the benefits of living with your significant other?
Benefits: you don't have to travel for sex. That's okay. That's top. They gotta be somewhere in the top 5. They just gotta be.
Top 2, that ain't number 2. What you talking about?
All right, cool. Let's roll with top 1. I mean, some people like to travel. Like, ooh. Well, let's meet up somewhere in the alley. Like, wait a minute. Hold on. All right, so that's up there. Just so I was one time on the show asked this. It came up on my show. Ryan Q Live. Look it up anywhere you want. But it was like, I always see girls use this post. They was like, oh my god, sex is good. But what about blank? And there's always something that's like intimate, but not sexual, or whatever. And then like, so basically, shit like, what's your favorite non-sexual intimate moments? And someone said it on the show, and I was like panicking, like, damn, like I always see such good answers. I can't think of nothing. Or what would I say? Like, because like I'm a very sexual person, so think non-sexual type thing. But the answer I came up with was because I am the more cleaner one in my relationship. So, and my girl, I don't cook.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, all right. So my girl, she's the cook. I don't cook at all. So I enjoy the moments when we're in the kitchen operating at the same time. Cause I feel it shows our strengths, our weaknesses, our system, our routine, shit like that, whatever. So as she's cooking, I'm the one cleaning, breaking shit down, packing up the food, Tupperware, shit like that, whatever.
Okay.
So I feel like
That's
I feel
cute.
those. Yeah, thank you. I thought it was good answer too. My girl, how about this? She gonna hate on me. She's like, that's corny. Like my favorite intimate moment is when we just watch TV together. Bitch, that's corny as shit. Like who don't watch TV with people? Like that whack ass answer. But so I think when you build routines and systems with each other, because you're really building like a life, so to speak, I think that's cool because y'all really in sync. Like, all right, yeah, I'll be up tomorrow with you, take you there. I'll meet you back after work and have the food ready, and I'll pack after you're done. Or I'm gonna do the laundry and put your clothes. That type shit, I think is cool. Like y'all really working as a unit. Shit like that.
Is financial benefit ever a reason to move in with somebody?
So it's funny you say that. Just yesterday, I saw a girl post where she was like, I'm genuinely surprised when I come across a man that's single and lives by himself. And I was like,
Wait, say that again?
She said,
she's surprised.
She's genuinely surprised when she comes across a single man that lives by him. Wait, what did she? She said a man that lives by himself and he's single. Something like that. Basically alluding to that men are either have roommates, I suppose, live with their parents, or have a girlfriend.
What kind of niggas is she coming across?
Talk to her, queen.
I'm just saying, like, sis, she got to look in the mirror because that is not a male issue. That's a personal issue that she's dealing with.
I mean, we gotta have a whole separate podcast about this particular person because you.
Oh, I got Cleopatra.
Shout out to Cleopatra. No, but she a Cleopatra type though for sure. But so yeah, but it's that finances are always a part of everything because we live in America. But again, though, I definitely don't think you should. I mean, you could do like people can do what they want, and it could work out. But I know I wouldn't just try to make a decision based on finances. Cause I do hear women talk shit and throw shade. Like it's a lot of homeless niggas out here being with girls because they homeless and they can't afford shit. I hear about that dynamic. But yeah, I'm never going to live with someone because it's just financially more practical. Like hell no. Like peace of mind is way more important.
I agree.
Is that a benefit though of living with somebody?
Hell yeah, it's a benefit. Like it can't be a not.
Well, no, I didn't know because I know like some dudes are like I've heard men because this is even something with my ex. Like he was big on being able to provide for the whole household. So it was like he didn't even necessarily want me to move in unless he could afford everything.
But he already lived there, though, right?
Well, we were actually looking at we were looking at like a whole new space.
Gotcha. So he wanted to be able to afford that new place. Gotcha.
Yeah. Type of
thing. Would you have allowed him to do that since he felt so strongly?
You said, would I have allowed him to do that?
Mm-hmm.
So what we had come to the agreement of, and we talked about this in the financial stability episode we did. Check it out with Brick Sabri. It was more of a percentage difference. So it was kind of like we both would contribute the same percent of our income to the household. So that way it didn't strongly impact one more than the other. Okay. And at that time, he made way more money than I did. So when we like did the math, it was like we both would have contributed about 25% of our income. So even though 25% for him was significantly more than mine, it still hit both of us the same.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fair. And shout out to you for having shout out to both of y'all.
He came up with that. Yeah, he came up with that. I gotta give him credit.
Shout out to both of y'all for being able to agree to that. I think it's interesting about like money type conversations. And also, first, I want to say, shout out to niggas like that. Can't relate. I like one thing I like that when women say, they say men love complaining about the patriarchy that they created. And I do think that's a fact because, like, I don't even have that type of pressure on myself where I feel like I gotta pay for everything. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just think it's a lifestyle and just how you move, whatever. Like, but like, I don't care about that. Like, even if I had the money, I might talk to a girl and it was like, I bet Savannah don't pay for nothing. I'm like, that ain't cool to me though. Like, it's like she can't pay for groceries. Like, she can't. Like, fucking Zori got her own YouTube show. Zori out here making money. Like, Savannah can't do nothing. Like, she can't open up a fucking restaurant. Like, so like to me, it's not attractive to not have no income. So I just don't get that. So, and with that being said, like, your income could be fucking $10 compared to what I'm making, but I don't like the idea of someone having to ask me for money or that you're not contributing to nothing that I'm doing, whatever. So that just seems weird to me. Like, so if we a unit, how you can't pay for at least 30%? If I'm making way more money, how you can't pay for 30%? How you can't pay for the like? I always say grocery because if you at ShopRite but you using my card, bitch, what the like? You can't buy the food. Like, I gotta do everything. I'm not even there. Why are you swiping my card? Like, it don't make sense to me. So,
some men look at it the opposite way though, and I think it's because they just want control. Like they want
that's
to
a fact.
feel like
that's true.
You need them.
I think that's more. I think there's more times than not too. Like it's all like romanticized, but I think most niggas.
And I will say my ex was controlling, and that's part of the reason.
Come
why
on,
I
King.
No, well, I'm saying like that's part of the reason I didn't want to agree to allow him to pay for everything. Because I knew that he just naturally was controlling. That's another reason why he's my ex. But yeah, just to piggyback off of that. But that's so interesting that you said the whole patriarchy comment, because I've heard that, but I didn't think about it until you just said that.
Yeah, no,
it's weird the pressure that men put on themselves. I had a super long story shorter. We was talking about a situation where a girl could have asked her baby dad from 20 years ago for some emergency money, whatever, that she didn't have, her kids didn't have, or her ex-husband didn't have. And a lot of people was like, oh, you should never ask him. Like, and they cordial, was no beef like that, whatever. Never had a situation with the husband, the ex-husband and the baby dad, but the baby dad just way more up financially, whatever. And a lot of people I was having this conversation with, this hypothetical, they was like, yeah, you should never ask, no matter what. And one dude was like, yeah, like, I'd rather take out a loan from the bank. Like, I'm like, my nigga, like, what? Like, you rather go take out a bank loan and fuck yourself over than to go to someone that's like, let's say, virtually a millionaire and just get like bread? Like, y'all niggas probably killing y'all. Y'all are different. So yeah, niggas put a lot more pressure on themselves and then blame the woman too. Like,
that's true.
How they project the pressure.
So what are the cons of moving in with a significant other?
I was waiting for this one. You was talking about the pros at first.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, the cons is, sometimes you do just want to be alone. Like that's just, well, I guess it depends on your love language, quote unquote, and how you were raised. Me, I like being alone, like for sure. So sometimes I remember my girl, she go to her family house or whatever. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go see my sister, my mom, whatever. And I'll be like, all right, I see you. Cool. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. Versus, let's say I never go to my mom's house like that to spend the night. Let's say I did. She was, oh my God, I'm gonna miss you. I gotta sleep in this bed alone. And I'd be like, I'd be knocked the fuck out when I'm in that bed alone. Like I just don't care. So shit like that, you like just being alone sometimes.
Did you want her to? Did you have her understand that about you before y'all moved in? Like sometimes I need alone time, or just she kind of.
She knows, but it is what I said. She, for the most part, and that's another thing too, because we both are like have our own things going on. She's in nursing school and she works. A lot of times, it's our schedules that we just don't be next to each other. Like she literally might have something to do, so it just works out with it. I think our way we operate it lends to that. How are y'all with this? I'll kind of answer the question with a question. So I think it's interesting when you have an argument and you got to stay in the house still though. So I'm the type of person that I've said this before I've ever even had a girlfriend, before I ever lived with a girlfriend, before I ever said I love you. I always said, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Unless I really did some blatant shit, like you caught me cheating or something, But I don't care what happens. You will never kick me out the house or make me sleep on the couch. Like, never. You're never moving me. Like, never. It's been a couple times, maybe a handful of tops, where I say, you really knowing the fuck out of me, I'm going to sleep on the couch. And every single time, she like, come to the couch. Oh, please, come just being annoying. But like, no, you never going to move me. And like, you can't make me, you can't like dictate how I'm going to feel.
Stand your ground, King.
Yeah,
Stand your
always.
ground.
And also, I'm infamous for if you piss me off, like, cause I really don't like arguing, but once I go there, I'm there. So I'm infamous for like, once you got me out of my peace of mind and my zen, like, you just don't exist. I might just don't talk to you for like 4 days straight. Like, we just not gonna talk. I'm gonna walk right past you. We still, if I had to take you to work the next day, I'm still taking you to work. We're not gonna talk in the car. I don't care.
Oh,
so
you one of those. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like that. Like, cause don't get me there. I don't be wanting to go there. But once I'm there, it take a lot for me to get out of it. It's not even nothing that she or someone else could do. I really just got to get out of myself because you just piss me the fuck off. You don't exist to me no more. To further notice. But that'd be funny though.
This first, or
we all in the same house.
When we're in the same house, I definitely never like told anybody to leave or like get out of the room. When I was younger, my dad was telling us how he made it a point to try to what? No, not last week. When I was a kid, my dad tried to make it a point.
So petty.
But he always said how he tried to make it a point to like when we were mad about something, he didn't let us like go up and run to our room. Like he said he didn't want us to get into that habit. So I will stay there, and I may stay there with an attitude. But we'll be in the same room. I don't like run off or tell somebody to leave or anything like that. But yeah, I have gone to sleep like mad before. But
I go sleep mad all the time.
So you don't believe in that? Not going to sleep mad.
For me, my parents were married. Granted, my dad was in and out of jail majority of my childhood, but you know, they were still married. And something that was big for them that I take into all of my relationships is not going to bed mad at each other. So it didn't matter what my mom and dad were mad about, what the problem was, how it escalated. They had to talk it out and they had to figure it out before they went to bed. I've heard them up talking, arguing till 3 o'clock in the morning until they figured that out. So that's something that I enforced in all of my relationships because a lot of the guys I dated, they appreciated that about me because they weren't like that. And so it was like, I don't want now, kind of like you said, like if it's like you did something outlandishly disrespectful, like I caught you cheating on me or you know something like that, then that's different. Then yeah, you probably gonna be sleeping on the couch. But in reference to just other arguments, it's like we had to figure that out and talk it out before we went to bed that night.
I definitely always admire a lot of like just purely logical, emotionally intelligent type approaches things. I've heard a sentiment before where they say you and your partner gotta always remember it's not you and them against each other, it's you and them against the issue.
Right.
And I remember one time I literally said to my girl, not in an argument, but I said like, "Hey, yo, what do you think about this?" And she like, "That's dumb." I was, "Oh, all right, I'm not gonna be able to use this in the middle of an argument one day." But because like a lot of times, like even like yeah, like, cause I'm the type, like, I appreciate that. And, you know, they was talking about it till 3 a.m. whatever. But I just know that's just never going to work with me. Like, it's just impossible because it's really like because also the alternative is like, I feel a lot of time, I'm not going to say women, because some people in general, like once they are heated, I feel nothing progressive can really happen at that point because they just not really processing information properly. So it's like, everything can keep triggering them and multiple triggers, and then you digressing and other arguments spiral out of that, whatever. So I feel like it needs to be like a cool down moment where, okay, cooler heads can prevail now. We're not really that mad. Now it's properly communicate, whatever. I was thinking like, if it's the same day or same matter of hours, like I just don't see it being that likely that we're gonna really get to the root of this because we're still too irritated. And I know me, when I get to a certain point, I just don't want to fucking talk to you no more. Like, you just really got me so irritated. And I'm just not even going to say nothing back to you. I'm just going to really just ignore you. And I'm laying down now. It's probably 10 o'clock.
And I feel like that's a decision that you both have to make, but one of you really has to enforce it. Because even like in my last relationship, it was like we went at it a lot, like especially towards the end, we argued a lot, and so what we agreed on is once one of us realizes that we triggered the other one, we had to separate. So we would give ourselves like anywhere from like 15 minutes to an hour to completely like disconnect from each other, whether we were in separate rooms, whether we left, or whatever the situation was. And then once we cooled down, we had to talk about it. And it took a while for him to adjust to that, because he was kind of like how you said,
that's
like, when I'm mad, I don't want to talk about it. But because we came to that agreement and like we kind of made a firm stance on it, it helped a lot. So even though he didn't want to talk to me, after a while, because we started doing that, we were able to communicate the issue a lot better. And kind of like what you just said, that cliche phrase, but I agree with, it's not us that's the problem, it's us versus this issue. So we were really able to see like, okay, you're not really mad, I just triggered you because of this one statement I made, or like vice versa type of thing. Because it's usually what causes that really is triggers. Like it's like your partner triggered you and then you triggered them back, and then after that point y'all can't even like, at that point y'all don't even care about the other person's feelings, or y'all don't even care about what it is. It's like you just need to get your frustrations out. So at that point you just need to separate.
Yeah, that's hard for me though, because if I'm mad about something and I have something to say, like I want you to hear it. You don't get to it, but it's good. It makes sense to separate. But in that moment, I feel like you don't deserve to separate right now. Like you need to hear what I have to say.
Yeah.
You don't deserve.
You don't deserve to separate. Like you need to hear everything I gotta say. Like yeah, but no, I mean, try it out for y'all next argument. Let me know how it goes.
It makes sense though. It makes sense.
So do you feel like flaws get exposed during like the whole living together?
Flaws. I think. Well, I can only speak from my situation. I can't say flaws got exposed. I guess flaws got hindsight became clearer. Cause again, nobody's perfect. I think the best anybody can get in a great, ideal, healthy relationship is like a 9 out of a 10. You're never gonna find a 10. Man, I think even an 8. I think even an 8 is healthy. Like they say the whole shit of like 80 versus 20 rule. Like if you below an 8, you might gotta sub out. It's probably not the one, whatever. But as long as they at least an 8 to you out of a 10, I think you're good. You just gotta deal with the 20% that's their flaw.
Yeah, I was about to say 80-20 rule.
Yeah, like it's cool. Just deal with it, whatever. If they're truly good for you and to you. So my girl, again, like her main flaw, the main bulk of the 20% is she lives like a crackhead. That is the 20% of the flaw.
What does that even mean?
You ever seen New Jack City?
Yeah.
You ever seen Pookie? That's like no, but like no, but she just first of all, you never seen New Jack City?
I have not. Don't judge me.
Okay, hold on. Podcast over. I didn't know. Like, at first, there's too many things going wrong in 2020. I just can't stand for this anymore. Like, and of course, I should have known my queen Amber has seen it because she's the good one. God damn it.
I've seen it, but I do think it's overrated. But that's a sidebar.
What the queen? No.
Sorry.
That's right, Amber. Stand your stance.
But so, what about your flaws, though? What have any of your flaws been exposed during the relationship? Since you want to talk about her living like a crackhead. What about you?
Fake allegiance, fake female allegiance. All right, let me tell you a little known secret about me, Amber. So remember, I just said the whole 8 to 9 thing range of people. I'm a 10 though. Like,
oh my god!
And he really believes that, Amber. Don't think. And
your girl would say the same. Would she agree? I'm sure
is she mad at me or not when she's answering the question? Because all right. I'll raise myself, but her flaw really just be the junk shit. So like, but all I would say was when I think back when I met her, she lived with her sister. When I think back to how that apartment looked, it did like a crack house at times. So back then, though, I kind of just ignored her, thinking whatever. Oh, it's your sister house. You kind of moved in with her, or this, whatever. But she brought some of that crackish behavior over to me, and that's really all it is. So I kind of knew about it, But or even when she used to come to my old place, like I kind of knew about it. I was like, all right, yeah, it makes more sense now.
Yeah,
Every
it
So
don't make
time
sense
you
much.
say crack, I just keep thinking of Whitney Houston said, "Crack is whack."
it truly is. It truly is whack. Whitney, no truer words have ever been spoken. So that was revealed in a sense. My flaws, I can't really say I got like serious flaws. Like it is
They don't
the
have to
way
be
I read.
serious.
Like no, my flaws be like the way I react to things don't be that healthy, and I can't
Oh.
admit that. But to me, I don't want to say that's a flaw though, because if you didn't fuck up in the first place,
Oh my
then
God.
I wouldn't have to be pissed off for 6 days. Like it's like I can't. You like damn Q. Why you so mad for 6 days, bitch? Why you make me mad? Because you want to look like a crackhead for 6 days. That's the root. Promise me right. This is how a prototype argument would go. Let's say I drove. This happened like a couple days ago. Literally, I drove her to work in the afternoon. I went to stop at my mom's house, talked to her for a few hours. Came back home. It's like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock now. Mind you, I probably dropped my girl off around like 1 or 2. Was out, came back around 7. She met me on the street when I picked her up, so I never walked in the house until now. Come in the house, the light is on. She always tends to just leave lights on for no fucking reason. It pisses me the fuck off. Because the Pico bill already high as shit. Electricity bill high as shit. You leaving lights on. So I'm already irritated by that. Cool. Then I see a bunch of her clothes on the couch and shit in the bathroom, in the bedroom, all type of shit. So that's irritating. Then I go pick her. So I'm already irritated, right? Blood is already kind of boiling. Multiple times keep leaving the lights on. I just got the Pico bill today. Shit was $200. I'm mad as shit about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
nah.
I go pick her up, and then something else happened at night, but I'm already triggered because of these other micro things that I've seen compound on these things being reoccurring issues over time. Now we're in the middle of an argument because I reacted to this not in the best of ways because I'm irritated and annoyed, and that's how it might happen or whatever. But at the end of the day, though, if she
So
didn't
your
leave the
flaw
lights
is
on,
communication.
I don't want to say communication. I just want to say I can't think of the word now, but sure, let's go with communication. But
It's definitely communication.
I don't want to say communication because I probably communicate when I told you don't leave the fucking light on 3 months ago and the light still be on. So it's like I've been communicating that already. Like I've been said don't leave the jacket on the couch. Like I've been said these things. Like the communication is there. You just deaf. You can't say I'll communicate if you deaf.
I'm speaking English. You hear?
Yeah,
Spanish.
like I'm communicating perfectly fine. Like,
no, I hear you. So, okay. Speaking on like her flaws versus your flaws, right?
mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the negatives that you guys experience living together help strengthen the relationship?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Really?
Didn't expect that one.
Yo, I keep saying a bunch of funny ass posts keep me becoming relevant to this conversation. I saw a funny post the other day where they was like, I hate when niggas start pregnancy announcements with through our ups and downs. And that be that type of energy. Like, yo, like, yeah, through all the ups and downs, all the crazy. Like, Waka, he said, someone told me that apparently he said about Tammy that his cheating made her better. Someone told me that. I was like, word? He said that? But like,
we doing an episode on that.
A lot of people be having that logic. We're like, yo, yeah, the bad times made for the good times. Like,
I wouldn't go to his extreme, and I mean, I can't answer for y'all, but I would say like the fact that you accept her for her full self, like you know she's a little messy.
Sure.
And you no, oh my God, stop calling her that. It's not that serious, but the fact that you can accept her for that, I feel like that would make y'all a little bit stronger. Like you know that about her, but you're still with her, and she accepts you for whatever flaws you're not telling us about. And she's still with you. So would you agree with that or no?
I would disagree only because I feel like because I already knew that. Like saying, like because the foundation was laid already, I was already generally aware of her full dynamic self, or what her best and her worst of her was. So I can't say those things.
But now you put up with it like you put in your choosing to continue to put up with it. So that's love. Not
But
that it's bad. I don't mean to say.
Yeah, I can't say it strengthens the love. I feel it shows a testament to it, but I feel that love was already at that capacity already though. It's like I already kind of knew that going into it. It's not like our Jones like had like an 80% strength, and now we had like 100 because you never turn the lights off. It was like we really in love now. It's like no, I was already at that capacity of love, and you just keep testing me. Like it's like you doing shit on purpose. You want to see if I can love you more. I see.
Okay.
Yeah, if she didn't live like a crackhead, I would still love her the same. Like would I love her more? Ooh, wait a minute.
My goodness.
Now we talking.
So what do you feel, and this is like in general, what do you think a person needs to do before living with a significant other?
You got, all right, so I'm going to speak from the man perspective for sure. Two things, like, even before we living together, niggas got to stop letting women rope them into relationships. If you don't want to be in a relationship with that girl, do not be in a relationship with that girl.
This coming from the same man who said he dated a woman he hated because she looked good.
First of all, I never said that.
He said that. Did he say that?
Yes, you said that in the last episode.
I never said I dated a girl.
Remember that.
You definitely said that.
Maybe, we gotta find the audio.
I was going to say I'm going to input that audio right here.
First of all, I'm pretty
just to prove you wrong because I remember we certain talked about
I said y'all be saying shit like that, but whatever.
Yeah,
but like, for a guy though, for the most part, a dude could be into a girl and he think her personality is just trash. Not saying he's gonna comfort her or nothing. He'll smash or be attracted to her still, and her personality could be horrible. He literally, I messed with a girl before, and it literally was painful to talk to her. I was like, yo, you are silly. But like, I still went through it because like, yo, you look good. Women don't really operate that way. Women don't really go that way.
I'm dead.
I smashed a girl a few times, and she had the worst personality I've ever encountered. Like, this is different language here. Like, it's very different language. You know, you put a lot of spice on it. You put a lot of baby back rib sauce on it. But, yeah, so, and we damn sure it wasn't no fucking relationship. God, it's trying to spice me up. But, yeah, so just don't be a relationship because you're not ready for it. So you want to act out. You're going to do certain things. You're going to still entertain other bitches. You're going to might ultimately cheat. Or you're going to not give your all to her. You know, she clearly want to give her all to you in a sense. So it's not a healthy playing field in a sense. Same with moving together. Don't move in if you're not ready to move in, or you wasn't even ready to be in a relationship in the first place because you still entertaining bitches. That'd be the wildest thing to me. Like, it's one thing to cheat on a girl. All right, cool. It's one thing to regularly cheat on a girl. All right, you really wild. It's a whole other thing when you regularly cheat on a girl you live with. I don't understand. It's or when you bring the girl in the crib, it's like, nigga, like, I wish my girl would bring a nigga in this space. Like, that is a whole other level of disrespect. You must think I'm a whole bitch.
I can literally hear you clapping as you going word for word. Like, he mean every word of this. Like,
it's just certain things you just can't do. Like, so that alone, because like, if you out here just acting like that, like, you just don't respect the relationship at all because your mind is wandering too much for that. So that's first up. Two, you gotta realize, I feel finances, because we're in America, make sure finances are in order. Make sure, see what people always talk about love language. Fuck all that. What's your financial language like? How you fucking spend money out here and shit like that. One thing I learned about, okay, this is a good one. I think we probably covered this before. One thing I definitely learned about her is that we deal with money differently. For sure, like, and not bad enough. Whereas, like, I can't trust her, or our unit is in words, shit like that, whatever. But like, and it used to frustrate me, but now I just take it for what it is with her, because like I had to adjust to that and be like, all right, cool, that's what it is. Like, when she need money, she still got money. When I need money, I've been broke for a while. Like, I'm down. Like, I have nothing left to my name. Like, that's like I am tapped out, whatever type shit. And I'm like, yo, can you give me $10 for 2 weeks type shit? That's how I need money. She asked for money. She got more money than me type shit. So I had to learn that, and I had to learn that she just more of a spender than me. She's not a bad type, super bad spender where she out here just blowing everything and not paying her bills or shit like that. But it's like, yeah, so it's like I had to learn about that and adjust to that, and to realize I'm even like I'm just a way better money manager or whatever, and shit like that. So get your finances in order, get your dick in order, and yeah, that's all you need. Get your dick in order and your wallet in order, and you be good to go. That's really all niggas got to get together.
Yo,
it's a quotable.
Amber, what would you say?
What people need to do before they
before living.
I would say just have experienced probably your independence a little bit, or maybe that's just for me personally. Like I enjoy my space, so I feel like if I had never had that time, or maybe I wouldn't enjoy it as much if I never had that time. So I don't know.
Oh, so you're saying you think it's important to live on your own and experience living on your own before moving in
for
with somebody?
Me, but that may not be for everybody.
I respect that.
Yeah.
That's interesting because now that I like live on my own, it's like the idea of living with somebody just makes me cringe.
Yeah. I've heard girls say like they live alone for so long they can't imagine finally getting in a real relationship. I'm like, wow, that's kind of deep. Like, and I definitely know of plenty of girls that I've met, even dealt with, that they were just natural sabotagers. So that's what that thought spoke of to me. It's like you might have talked to dudes or dealt with dudes, and they could have went somewhere, and because you can't even imagine compromising your space and your living arrangement, it's like, I really want to go there. This guy, is he really that great? Is he really that perfect? You kind of sabotage the whole thing because you're so used to being by yourself. You could definitely get. I can see someone enjoying himself a little bit too much, and then you're like, damn.
Right.
That's real.
So like,
I also don't think nothing's wrong with like society probably should encourage separate living together though. I know an old lady. She been on her dude for like she used to be married. She got divorced. Her and her dude she talked to now, or her and her boyfriend. They like 60 though. Her and her boyfriend now both used to be married, died or widows and shit like that. And now they've been together for like 20 years and shit like that. But they have 2 separate houses. And they said they both never wanted to get married again. They said fuck that. And he's like, why move in? You got your own house. I got my own house, and we still spend the night or whatever. But we got our own house still. I was like.
I've been hearing that a lot recently, like even Trevor Noah spoke on that. Like he was like, if he were to get married, his wife would have to be okay with the fact that they would have 2 separate households. And I was like, that's interesting. And then I saw that on Sex and the City.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
You know, when they were like together and then they started living separately, but it actually helped build their relationship. Because that's how it kind of started. So it's like when they started living separately, it kind of helped them fall back in love with each other. And I've like always thought about that because I was like, I don't know. I actually wouldn't mind that idea. Mm-hmm. Like ideally, I would like to live with my husband, but I also would like a house big enough where we could have our own space.
Right, for sure. Yeah, you got him.
I would say I don't know if I would want to live separately, but I would love to have like a whole upper level that was maybe just for me where I could go and chill. Just because even though I like my space, I just feel like I would feel like, well, what do you want your space for? Like, why do you need a whole house to yourself? I don't know. Something about that might sit wrong.
That wouldn't sit well with you.
I definitely think it's just, and I'm saying, because it could just be just your personality, which is fine, whatever. I think it also has a lot to do with most people just conditioned. They're like, no, like once you love each other, once you're on a unit, you gotta live together. Like, what you mean separate quarter? It don't make sense. It's against the Bible type shit, whatever. But I remember years ago before I had this girlfriend live together. My best friend, he said, yeah, like I think me in the future, my ideal living situation would be like 2 separate bedrooms. And I was like, first of all, because he also a nigga that told me that whenever he go on a date, he gonna like say he went to the movies. He would like, let's say his first date is to the movies. He will they'll be talking in the line. He would buy the ticket and just step to the side and see her. She would like have to buy her ticket. So he just had a bunch of just like unorthodox type shit. I like, nigga, you gonna be single forever. No, you're not buy it movie ticket, then step aside and just expect her to be like, "Oh, okay, I'll buy my ticket now." Like, no girl's
Oh
going
my
for that.
god! And he just
So
plans to do that. Like he just enjoys doing that.
I'm not sure if he ever actually did it, but he said it back then. And I was like, "Nigga, that's never going to work." Whatever. So and he's like, "Why can't we go Dutch?" And a bunch of just shit like that. And so when he said the bed thing, I'm like, "Nigga, you fucking stupid." Like, fucking me, you gonna have a whole separate bedroom? Mind you, this is really years ago. But now I look back, going, I'm like, he might have been a visionary. And I've learned that that's more common than I think. Like I saw a picture of a house where they had like a bridge. Like they had like two houses, and it was like a little mini bridge between it. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. And I saw people, yo, this is my dream house where you can have your own separate side. I got my own separate side. But it didn't look like some type of like Drake type mansion. It was really like not like a row home, but it wasn't that crazy looking and shit. But it had a bridge between it. So I definitely think not saying I wouldn't like I would try to instill it. Like I'm not if I had all the money tomorrow, I don't think I would go out and look for that or try to do it. But I definitely wouldn't be against it by any means. Like if I had a separate bedroom or a separate wing, like that'd be kind of fire.
Yeah, I think too. I saw that growing up, where like every house that I've ever lived in with my parents, my dad had to have his own man cave,
Okay.
and my mom had to have her own space. And I feel like it helped a lot because they both just needed, their own space type of thing. So, yeah, I don't know if I could do a situation where like we in like a little 1 bedroom apartment, but I think I could do it if it's like a 2 bedroom and like you got your own space, I got my own space.
Yeah. If y'all have the separate houses, would you go over and clean for her and then she come over and cook for you?
Yo, the way he laughed. That's a valid question because I was going to ask.
I see what she tried to do there, but like, nah, like, because so it's funny because what I was literally about to say wasn't like we used to have a 1 bedroom, now we have a 2 bedroom place, and soon we moved in, I told her that that whole other bedroom you can turn that's your closet, like you can just have that whole shit to yourself. We both have 2 separate wardrobes plus the closet in each room. Hey, so put your wardrobe in there. You want a closet in a whole room, shit like that, whatever. Granted. Fast forward, I literally just like a couple weeks ago, she never unpacked anything. And I had to do that shit too. I moved everything in there and told her, yo, unpack everything and this and that. Fucking 4 months later, she never fucking did the shit. She was living out of fucking box like a fucking scoundrel, fucking savage, and all type of dumb shit. So I had to unpack. Literally, we had made a whole bet to do it. It was a whole fucking crazy ass situation. I ended up being pissed the fuck off the whole day. Back was hurting leg. It took me over 6 hours to unpack everything, put it in the closet and everything. So to answer your question though, fuck no, I'm not cleaning that other side of the house. But I just wouldn't care that it looks like a fucking hoarding crack house though. Just don't bring that shit over to my side, and I'll just clean the kitchen on my side. Yeah, that's fine.
Got you.
Or yeah, if she want to cook on her side, yeah, I'll clean the kitchen on her side. Just don't touch the kitchen on my side. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
So with living together, do you guys have specific responsibilities? Like she cooks, you clean. Mm-hmm. She, does this. You take out the trash, like, or whatever the situation is. Like, how do y'all do that?
So so first, I'm gonna ask y'all in a relationship. Let's say from now moving forward, your next relationship. Do y'all know y'all role?
Do I know
like in the household?
In generally, what does that question mean to you? Do you know your role?
Like I know what I'm good at and what I have to offer. If that's what you mean. Is that what you mean?
I'm waiting for Venice. She ain't say nothing yet. Yes,
I mean, niece. Yes and no, like, because I don't know where you're going with that, because it's like, in the sense of, like, living together, for example, I know I'm probably going to be the one who's going to be cleaning, like, most of the house, but he's going to have to be the one who deals with the bedroom. I'm probably going to end up being the one who cooks more, but I'm going to, like, prefer him to, because to me, as a woman, I don't feel like if a man lives in the house, I should have to take out my own trash. So I feel like he's going to have to be responsible for that role. I would prefer for him to be responsible for like cutting the grass and things of that nature. I grew up doing all those things, but I would prefer him to handle all of that. But different things like that. So I don't know what you mean in that sense. Like,
okay. So I like both those answers. Shout out to y'all. Y'all get queen points, both of y'all.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So I typically, when I've ever seen women respond to that, or even if I asked it, they have like negative connotations or response to that. Like, what you mean? I know my role. You think I'm a child or like some weird thing? But I feel like in relationships or even in life as well, everybody has a fucking role or roles. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, and I think that's how units work fucking properly. Like Steph Curry not fucking dunking. Like, he has a role. So yeah, I agree with y'all. Like, and I also feel men typically don't have an issue with just doing our roles. Like, we not but to be like, yo, I'm done taking out the fucking trash. Like, no, I understand. I'm taking out the fucking trash. Like, it's cool. Like, it's like I feel when I've seen like women be having like they be having these weird like rebellious type moments of like, oh gosh, I've been cooking every day for 5 years. You can't start cooking now? No, bitch. That's you. Like, you learn to cook here or whatever. So yeah, so I definitely believe in just having roles.
Well, I think that is fair though. Like, if I'm cooking every day,
there we go.
Like, I mean, I would just appreciate it. Like, I wouldn't expect it, but I would appreciate if like he would take on that responsibility. Like, so maybe one night or something like that. You know.
That's the problem. None of y'all cooking every day, so I ain't trying to hear it. So that goes out the window. Are you cooking every day, Queen? No.
That's why I don't have a family yet. Maybe when I have a family.
No, I'm cooking every other day, but I'm not cooking every day.
So every other day would mean Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So that's 3 days. That's 3 days, I would say, right?
Yeah, well, I do cook every Sunday though, so 4 days.
All right, so that's 4 days total. I give you a 2.5 on that. That's what I predict happening, whatever. And if you don't do it now, you're not going to do it with a family. You're going to do it even less, I think. I think that's how it typically goes. Because more distractions happen, more things overwhelm you, distract, all type of shit, whatever. And that's fine. I really think if someone cooks 3 times in a week, that's good. Like, you got leftovers, y'all can order it out, whatever. Like, I think that's fine. Like, it's the people that cook 1 or 2. Like, all right, yo, you cook Monday? Like, that's it? Like, that's all we got? You cooked on Monday? Like, that's all? It's Saturday. Like,
what do you got to complain for? Like,
yeah. So, like, yeah, so, but, so, like, my girl, she really acting retarded sometimes because she literally knows I can't cook. Like, I don't know nothing about cooking. And I have no shame in it. I can't do nothing. So she really saying, like,
can.
No, I really can't. I really can't do anything.
You can make some spaghetti or something.
Nah, honestly, Amber, I've changed my mind on that because I have a friend and it's a woman who almost burned a house down making bacon. So after that, I was like, you know what? When somebody says they can't cook, I'm just gonna believe them. Like, I'm not even gonna challenge it. Like,
oh wow!
Like, it was to the point where
spaghetti. Like, what?
Right. Girl, bacon is
that's multiple things. Yeah, at least bacon is like one thing on a pot or a pan or whatever.
And when I say, I'm not exaggerating, like, they literally had the fire department at their house. Like, she almost burned the house down making bacon. So I was like,
Yeah, spaghetti. It's funny. People say spaghetti, and I have no idea why people say that's even easy. I can't even wrap my mind around it. You got
boiling
sauce, noodles. You got ground turkey with other shit in it sometimes.
It's browning meat. You push some meat around a pan. It's really not hard. I promise you could do it.
You got 2 different pans. Anyway. So she literally knows I don't know how to do anything. She was like, "You just not gonna cook breakfast for me today, bitch? What? What are you like? Are you gonna fucking clean? Are you gonna
bowl of cereal?
Yeah, like what? But I have no problem with I clean the tub every time and I do the laundry every week and I do the dishes. Yeah, I'm telling you, she will try to deny it because, like, for instance, last week she finally did the laundry. She's literally we looked at it for 3 years now. I'm giving her a point. I'm rounding up. She's did the laundry 10 times tops in 3 years, which is fine. I literally do not care because I do it. Like, it's not a big deal to me. But she'll do it once and be like, "See, I told her I do laundry, so you can't cook for me now, bitch." And then how about this? When she did the laundry, she never even folded
But I mean,
clothes.
she did the laundry 10 times in 3 years. How many times have you cooked in 3 years?
Good question.
First of all, That's not a good question. It's not a good question because I'm rounding up. Really, it's probably like 4 or 6, but whatever.
Oh, now it's 4.
Right. Now it went from 10 to 4. Okay.
I said I was rounding up, but whatever. I'm a king. I'm gonna give my queen points, even when I don't have to. But let's say whatever it was. The point is, the last time she just did a couple days ago, she was like,
"He still didn't answer the question."
I'm gonna answer it. She said, "I'm gonna fold the clothes tonight." Man, it took her 3 days to finish washing the clothes, but she kept falling asleep and finishing the load. And had to do a load over. That's one thing. Then she finally finished the load. She said, "I'm gonna fold them tonight." Then turned to, "I'm gonna fold them tomorrow." Then it was like, "I'm gonna fold them tomorrow." Then eventually I had to fold the clothes. So I was like, you didn't even really do the clothes for her. You didn't do the laundry for real. So I'm not rolling. She don't get points today. Now, how many times I've cooked? One time.
In 3 years?
No. One time I cooked fish tacos with her, but I led the charge. But
okay,
she definitely did it with me.
That's impressive. You can do fish tacos. You can do spaghetti.
No,
right?
Literally, I could not do the fish taco right now without her. I have no idea what we did. I don't know. I don't know what oil was used in the pan. All I know was I don't know what happened. 2, I made my mom's famous oatmeal one time. I forgot already. And yeah, that's all. I believe that's all I've ever done in 3 years. So what though? No shame. That's not my role. She never has to wash clothes for as long as we're together, because that's not her role. She chooses to be out here at the 3-point line shooting threes. I don't ask that of you. That's not your job. Get in the paint. That's all you gotta do. Get in the paint. Like, that's my job. I'm out here.
With it being that you don't cook, if she didn't cook, would you have seen yourself like moving in with her and having a serious relationship?
Never.
Okay, so you think basically all
that's
the skills
a necessity
have to be
for you.
Yeah, that's like a necessity, like sucking dick.
Okay, I mean,
so
that's fair.
Everything that y'all need as a household, I guess, just has to be there in some way. Like somebody has to be able to do laundry. Somebody has to be able to.
Also, I'm the one that generally goes shopping too, like for the house.
Wow, that's interesting.
Okay.
Like she picks up because she like sometimes she just think of random shit, or she's like an impulse buyer. Like she'll just buy shit, but I'm the one that keeps the list, and I'm the one that will go and plans it, shit like that. And also, I'm the one. Like y'all don't know, man.
I need to hear from her perspective.
Right. It may sound a little different.
I was gonna say, I'm not buying all this. Like you selling yourself real high right now. Like
I understand.
You out here can't make spaghetti, but you can cook fish tacos and leave the cook. Like,
but look at it this way. I'm transparent. I said I couldn't do it again. Like I have no problem saying what I can't do, like saying my limitations. But when I'm going to talk about the shit I can do, but nobody will give me credit for it though. Like, they're gonna ignore when I knock myself. But when the king, nobody like when kings praise themselves. They just can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
Right.
It's cool, man.
So has the quarantine changed anything for your relationship? No. Well, actually, before you answer that, are you both? Because you said you have to go to work. So, are both of you in the house right now, or like y'all are?
No, she at work. I took her to work today.
Oh, okay. So that's different then.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So it worked to like we're not so cooped up because she's at work, and I think this week I was at work certain days and she was home because the way her schedule was. So, like, we've had time to be to ourselves, and it wasn't really that often we were home at the same time throughout the whole day. But, yeah.
So, if y'all were forced to quarantine together, do you think it would have changed anything?
Honestly, no. Like, we are pretty good. As long as we're not mad already. Like, right now I'm kind of pissed off at it. Like, again, we didn't talk in the car ride today.
That is the light. So get dramatic. Over the light.
Like,
so dramatic. I just got the Pico bill. I just got it.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
Like, I've been telling you to turn these lights off all month.
Literally. And this what happens. Like, it's not like I'm just like out here playing or being just anal. Like, this shit is really the highest Pico bill I ever got in my life. Like, this is out of pocket. But Yeah, like we are, as long as we're not mad about some other shit. As far as we are totally fine with it. We cool. We like we binge shows. Well, as long as I pick the show, her taste is kind of trash. That falls in 20%. Her taste in shows is kind of trash at
Wow.
times.
Like, what's a trash show that she likes, in your opinion?
Yo, like she be watching. She finds every white show I've never heard of. I'd be like, what? Like she's watching shit called Dynasty at one time. And I was just like,
The old soap opera?
no, that's Dallas, I believe. Dynasty is like from what I looked at a few times I was walking past, it's like a white empire. And I was just like, Black Empire's trash. Why are you watching the white version of it? Like
I did.
So like shit like that. And like she just like watching a lot of white trash. Like just all those fucking I can't think. I always see white people on the screen. I'm always just baffled by it. Like, and if I don't recognize it, it's trash. Like there's plenty of white good shit. But yeah, she watching trash. But like we just watch we binge Tiger King together. That's good white trash right there. But
I need to finish that still. I only got halfway through.
So we binge shows together as well. And you know, if she gotta go do some homework or something, she'll do that. She gotta do a Zoom or FaceTime. Like I go in the bedroom. Like I'm usually when I was in the bedroom, she wanna stays up. Yeah, we good. We operate well together. Like we cool. Quarantine.
So what tip? Oh, no, I was gonna say, what tips do you have for other couples who are like forced to live together during this quarantine? Who like may be in a circumstance where they can't, go out to work or separate. Like they're like in home.
If you can't stand to be around each other, you shouldn't be together. Like I like 9.5 times out of 10 am on the hill about that statement. Like it's like maybe some wiggle room or new gray room nuance, but I'm almost 100% sure that you can't stand to be around someone, y'all probably shouldn't be together, which is fine. Like I really think there's more relationships that are a thing than shit. Like a lot of niggas should be single. Like a lot of these relationships shouldn't be a thing. Like y'all can date and talk, but y'all probably shouldn't be together. Like it's not the end of the world. Like, everybody isn't meant to be in a real committed exclusive relationship. Like it's not that deep. So I think it should be easy. Like, I don't think even tips are really involved. If anything, maybe it's like, y'all don't need to be cooped on each other all the time. Like it's cool to separate, let her go in the kitchen or let him go in the living room this time, or do a chore, like go clean the fucking bathroom while she's watching TV. Like just get away from each other and shit. Someone put some headphones on, but that should kind of already be established the way y'all move. Though I feel. I saw a post the other day.
That's valid. I never thought of that.
I saw a post the other day, said some shit like, I'm gonna see what y'all think about it, so I'm gonna read it. Because women just love being so dramatic with these posts and love languages and all this shit. And I was looking at it like, I mean, this sound good, but So it's like, all right, y'all ready, ladies?
Mm-hmm. We're ready.
It said, I need intimacy. I need intimacy, man. Not even sex, but like skin to skin. Let me inhale your exhale. Let me hold you. Let me listen to you and gain understanding. Teach me some shit. Let me read to you. Write about you. Let me just study you. I want to know you in and out. I want to know you on a soul level. And I'm just like, that's great. Like, yes, all those type of feelings are valid.
I'm not.
But bitch, you sound exhausting. Like, just leave me alone. Like, you talking about you want to inhale my exhale when you want to write to me? Like, leave me alone. And I know a lot of people
said,
like,
let me read to you. Now that's different. All right, you ain't my niece. You ain't my nephew. Like, I'm not.
It's weird. Yeah, but people be having, if they can't like articulate that, they be having those type of thoughts or impulses. Like, yeah, we just gotta, but they will say like, but that's my love language though. Like that's my love language though. Like, no, you really just annoying. Like, just leave me alone, please. Like, it's like this is too much.
That's clingy.
I feel their energy,
that's
but that it's a little much.
All right. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap up the living together. I think we went into depths on this, and I like what you said at the end. I think that's a lesson for everybody. If you're struggling right now with living with your partner, maybe y'all just shouldn't be together, Like, you should.
It's really simple. Like, don't overthink it. Like
you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's just not a good fit, because
and that's
very valid. That's very valid. So we're going to come right back with some listener letters. And let's go. It's time to spill the tea on our segment Ask, Sip, and Spill, where you can send us letters and we spill the tea.
You can submit your letters on our website, sipandspills.com/contact. Again, that's sipandspills.com/contact to submit your advice letters.
Also, join us on our Instagram at Sip and Spills for our 2 Cent Tuesdays. Now, let's get into it. Welcome back, guys. We're here with another segment of Ask, Sip, and Spill. We're still here with Right on Cue Live. He's going to give us the male perspective to some of these letters because
King. I prefer
help.
king perspective.
I'm sorry, some king perspectives for some of these
Shout out to the
letters.
kings out there.
Hey now. So the first letter we're going to do, this is a woman who's 26 years old and a man, her husband, who's 29 years old. So the title of the letter is, My husband hinted that we don't have sex enough and it destroyed my confidence.
Destroyed.
Let's go into it. So she starts off with, throw away for obvious reasons. I still don't understand what that means. Like, what does that mean?
Obvious reasons. Like, period? Like, that's the end of the sentence?
Yeah, that's the first sentence in the letter.
Throw away for obvious reasons. Yeah, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, moving on. So she goes, background. My husband and I have been married for 6 months after dating for 2.5 years. We've lived together for most of this time. I've been in grad school for a year, and it has affected our sex lives a little bit. I'm constantly tired/stressed, but I have made an effort to stay active and exercise regularly. My husband has gained about 40 pounds.
Oh, wait a minute now.
40 pounds.
Okay.
Whew. Since we
Nigga
met.
Look trash. Okay.
Right. He's gained 40 pounds since we've met and never exercises.
Okay.
I've asked him before to start exercising for his health, and he said he would, but never did. I must admit, I am less attracted to him, but I love him dearly, and having a little less sex really never bothered me. We still have sex at least once a week, which is down from about twice a week. He's never mentioned that he was unhappy before.
He was.
So now we fast forward. Anyway, several nights ago, we were having a casual conversation, and I noted that we never used the remote head lift on our new bed that we could start watching television in bed instead of getting sleepy on the couch. My husband says sarcastically, in quotations, yeah, that's what we need to be doing more of in bed, watching TV.
No, he meant that.
And she said, we don't typically have communication issues, but his comment took me by surprise, and I didn't really know what to say, so I just went to sleep.
What?
It has been nearly 2 weeks.
Wait, hold the fuck up. Hold up. Like, I'm still on her side, but this is the fucking problem. I already know he's been said, yo, we don't fuck enough. Cool. We used to fuck 2 times a week. That was enough, but I dealt with it. Now it's less than that, so I'm really pissed off now. So he said that. Now he dropped the pretty clear hint that we don't fuck enough. And instead of doing something right here, you go to sleep. Bitch, what the fuck? Like, yo, I hate it here.
Hate to see it.
Always.
It has been nearly 2 weeks, and I can't get his comment out of my head. Even now that I know he's unhappy, I can't bring myself to fix the issue because my self-esteem has plummeted and I really don't feel like having sex. How do I move past this and get my confidence back?
Wow. All right. So this is like, I'm glad I went this first. This is way more interesting than I thought. I think the root of the real issue is she's just not attracted to him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I
that's
agree.
really all it is. And now she's kind of projecting it onto herself because she can't figure it out. And now she's like, my self esteem is low and da 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 da. I'm like, no, you're just not attractive anymore. Which I think is fair. If he gained 40 pounds and it wasn't like a good 40, because some people can gain like a manageable 40, and you're like, all right, you definitely not in shape anymore, but it's cool. But that shit just went tragically wrong. You look trash now, nigga.
40 pounds is a lot.
It happens. It happens.
40 pounds is a lot.
No,
Like,
like it's always a lot. Like if you gain weight, even 20 pounds would be a lot.
I was gonna say
But
20 pounds is a lot.
no,
So
I'm
40,
with you for
that's a
sure.
whole lot. Like,
I told you, I already have this. What's it called? Dysphoria. What's it called?
Our body dysmorphia.
Yeah, that thing. So I'm definitely very like I'm all about fitness and working out, and I refuse to ever be fat. I'm with you there, but whatever. He probably just looked trash. Dropped the nigga. Divorce. It happens every day, B. And yeah, it's cool. Your marriage is over. It's okay.
wow. Okay, I'm not gonna go that far.
Dang,
Amber, I'm gonna let you go first. What do you have to say?
I would say, like, we often hear about the other side of the situation, like the woman gains weight and then she's insecure because she
True.
feels like her husband may be unattractive. So I feel like she should cut him a little. Like, that's your husband, for better or worse. He gained some weight. Try to help him. I know she's saying he refuses to
Yeah,
exercise,
she been
and
trying.
you say that you communicate, but have you told him like how the 40 pounds is bothering you in the nicest way that you can? Do something about that. And in the meantime, don't just like leave him alone, because that's going to cause a problem. Like, you can't just say, oh, you're unattractive to me. That's your husband. I feel like she needs to do a little bit more than just go to sleep.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I have several issues with this letter.
Mm,
I don't know where to begin. So let's start with the 40 pounds. That to me is a huge problem because
Okay.
I hear what Amber's saying in sense of women gain weight and get insecure. But typically when I hear that, it's because she had kids. So that's understandable.
it's
Like
still
why
not though.
she gained
But
that weight.
no shade.
It could be for all kind of reasons.
No,
at
but
the
I'm
end of the
saying
day.
like
I hate the kid excuse. I'm tired of this shit. I hate it. Your kid 15 years old. I don't want to hear.
no, I'm not.
About
Now that's
you
different.
getting-
That's different. That's different. That's different. I'm talking
don't
about.
wanna
I
hear
guess.
about it no more.
I guess I'm speaking of like a lot of the times I've heard that from women who just had a baby, or like it's like they had a baby within the last 1 to 2 years. Like to me, that's reasonable. Like for her to gain more weight, especially if you're having kids after kids after kids. Like if you're on baby number 3, yeah, that baby weight's gonna take a little longer to get off. Like I get that. But in this sense, it's like you actively exercise and he's gained 40 pounds. You've expressed to him that he should exercise. He says he will, but he won't. And so, but he wasn't 40 because she said basically he has gained 40 pounds since we met. So when y'all were dating before y'all got serious, he was keeping himself up, and now that he's comfortable, he doesn't feel the need to keep himself up, and that's the issue that I have. And I think it's
Maybe he's
also fair
depressed.
for men to have that same issue with women, because it's like if I was keeping myself up to a certain standard when we first met, I think it's fair for you to feel a type of way if I'm not doing that as our relationship progresses, and I feel the same way with him. Like that's a problem for me. And I hear you, Amber, in the sense of maybe he's going through a depression and maybe he's going through different things, but I do think she struggles in communication, because even the sense of kind of like what y'all said with this whole, when he said, yeah, that's what we need to be doing more in bed. That's what we need to be doing more of in bed, watching TV. And she went to sleep. Like, no, you talk about that. Like, you don't just let that just die. And then she's talking about it's been 2 weeks.
She don't talk. She suck his dick. Right there. That's what you do. I hate it here.
But I'm saying, like, I agree with what Q said in the sense of I don't think she's attracted to him anymore. And so it's like, so
Right,
maybe I don't want to like give you head in that moment. But I think that they should communicate what the problem is. Like, you're married at this point, so there's a way to word things in a respectful way to get your point across. But yeah, I definitely, that 40 pounds thing is a big problem for me.
Yeah.
Because when you're depressed, I understand you gain weight, but again, there's a difference between 20 pounds and 40. 40 is a significant gain.
Especially,
like that's a lot.
Especially, I'm assuming because you said I think they only spent together 2.5, 3 years total at this point. So I'm assuming he gained 40 pounds in half the
Well,
time.
they've been together 3 years because they were together two and a half
2 years
years
and six.
before they got married, and they've been married for 6 months. So yeah,
Okay, 3 years. So I'm assuming he gained 40 pounds in a year and a half around that
that's
time.
what I'm taking it as basically.
That's a lot of weight in that span.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I guess all right. I'm gonna expound on my answer. To fix this issue, she got to go to her king and say, "Yo, I know I've been telling you that you need to lose weight and work out like me, da da da, but it's affecting me and it's an issue." Don't say the words "I'm unattractive anymore." You ugly ass fat boy.
Yeah,
Don't
definitely
say those
not.
words.
Yeah.
Just say, because back to Amber's first point about it's usually the women. I feel that is common, and I don't think men get enough credit. Like they always use like the Tyler Perry effect, and when I get married, they try to paint every dude with a fat wife or a wife that gained weight as him. Like he just be laughing at you, calling you fat when you can't fit on the airplane, shit like that. When I've seen her, most men have way more patience and way more catering and type gentle care because you love your girl, you love your wife. So like, and we already know women deal with periods and kids and all type of shit. Where y'all bodies are just natural, so y'all shit fluctuates at times. So we understand that that's gonna come with it. Anyway, y'all carry weight is way different from men. So men, according to y'all also, we fuck anything. So it don't take a lot for us to be like, yo, like I'm just not attractive no more. And so we probably gave you so much leeway and like, yo, how about you go to the gym this time with me? Or like, how about we do this together? Like, oh, we don't need to do this. So before we get to the breaking point of like, oh, like my dick not even getting hard no more. Or like, I don't even want to do this no more. So she probably and I'm gonna give her the same benefit of the doubt because she seemed like she do love this man, whatever. I suppose. So she probably has been giving him hints. So I think maybe she should probably say now, yo, like, I've been telling you need to lose weight. It ain't been working. Now we at this breaking point at this fork in the road. You gotta lose your weight, and I gotta be more sexual. But I can't be more sexual if man, no, fuck all this shit. It's our fault. I just remember they only fuck 2 times a week. This shit fault in the first place. And that's probably why he fat now. Because you wasn't fucking him enough. So yeah, go back to that.
Wait, so I will say, because I was going to bring that up, but then I forgot. She did say that he never mentioned that he was unhappy before. So I do have to put that on him because you need to communicate that, you're not fully meeting my sexual needs, type of thing. Because I mean, I do think, I don't even understand. To me, if we're together and we live together and we're not having sex at least 4 times a week, I don't even think you love me. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact, no, for real, I'm just being honest. I genuinely just don't think you love me. So it's like 2 times a week. Okay, maybe I just have a little bit of a higher sex drive. I don't know, but I think that should have been addressed, period, across the board. Like, and clearly he never brought it up. So because he didn't bring it up and she was satisfied, she maybe didn't think that it was a problem.
Yeah,
that was weird. That was
yeah.
Amber, are you Denise are saying?
Yeah, I agree. I think that was like strange from the start, and they're newly married. So
yeah, like this is when you're supposed to be like having sex like rabbits. You know what I'm saying? Like this is insane to me. Like, oh my god! And then she talking about grad school. Girl, I'm in grad school, and sex relieves me. Like sex relieves my stress. So I don't understand. I can't relate.
She said he didn't verbally complain, but there might have been other ways he was suggesting it should happen more often. Like she didn't need to just look for the words. But go ahead, Q. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think that might be a woman thing. Like I feel like women typically reach for excuses for shit. Like when it needs some dynamics. Like I know I ain't gonna say I actually just heard I listened to a podcast and there was a couple in there and the woman was saying like my sex drive was higher than his and he don't I be tired, I work hard. I just hate that type of language. Like nigga, that shit got nothing to do with me. I don't give a fuck about your job really. I don't give a fuck about your school. I don't give a fuck what you got going on here. In our household, this is like I don't care and I can't see myself ever just being like yo, this is going on, or this is going on. I don't feel like giving you dick, or like, what? Like, what the guy do with me? Like, I'm a whole other individual. Like, I have sexual needs or energy. I'm talking for a man and a woman. It's like I just hate those type of excuses. Like, I'm in grad school or this and that. All right, well, I'm gonna go fuck somebody else then. If you so busy in grad school, like you being that's me. That's just selfish. I think that's selfish type language and pattern building to be like, oh, what is going on? So like, no, like I feel that's a good enough reason to me to leave a void here. Like I got grad school, so I'm not gonna cook. Or I got grad school, so I ain't gonna do this. Or I like no, you gotta tend to your partner at all times, so no matter what. Of course, there's nuance and gray areas for certain times, but if this is 3-year period, this sounds like a commonplace narrative. Like I'm in grad school, I got this, and when she gonna be done school, then she's gonna say, "Well, I'm just tired at work." I don't want to hear all that shit. Like no, we in a relationship. Tend to your partner, or someone else will. Drops mic.
Boom.
So yeah,
I don't care what I'm doing. I told my girl that years ago. If I ever say more than 2 times in a row, I don't feel like fucking, I'm clearly cheating on you. That's never gonna happen. Ever in life.
Dang.
Okay.
Like, never.
Dropping gems. He's dropping gems.
A gem.
No, I ain't gonna. Yeah, I ain't gonna say this for every guy. You know, again, I just heard an episode where the dude said that shit. You know, and the girl was saying, "Yeah, I always want more sex than him." And
well, I mean, I can see that though, because the older women get, the higher our sex drive is, and the older men get, the lower y'all's get. But very also too, you have to keep in mind that you work out. And usually when men work out, then the older they get, they're able to keep up with a woman's sex drive at that point. And in this sense, her man's not working out. He gained 40 pounds. So maybe he was content with twice a week, but once a week was just like the cherry that broke the camel's back, or however that phrase goes. But yeah, it was just...
but she trashed her because she work out her trash ass stamina.
Yeah, I don't understand. I can't relate to that. I'm sorry. I really can't.
I am bad.
And she said she's been in grad school for a year, living this sex once a week life. Like I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. Like, but that's me, you know. But regardless, homegirl, the issue in your relationship is communication. It has nothing to do with your I mean, I understand you feel less confident and maybe you're putting this on yourself, whatever the situation is. But the issue across the board, and I think that all 3 of us agree on, is y'all clearly have a communication problem. And maybe y'all are uncomfortable with having uncomfortable conversations. But when you're married, that's what's going to keep you moving, is by having those uncomfortable conversations. So you need to go, maybe, you know, go up, catch him off guard, give him some spontaneous head. And then right after that, maybe y'all can discuss like, okay, listen, boom. I feel like it's a great way to go about it.
You might have cracked the matrix. I've never even thought of that. I was about to say, you took it to, we was on the same page, and you flipped to a whole other chapter. I wasn't even ready for the page flip. I was about to say, rule of thumb, however many times you suck dick, double that, and then divide it. Yeah, weird ass math. No, but point is,
I was about to say, wait, what type of equation is this?
Point is, if you ever feel like you do, because a lot of women I've always dealt with, which I've seen in general, be like, oh, what's wrong? You good? Like, it's always like they try to like assume or predict like if something's wrong. Say, no, bitch, I'm totally fine. Maybe think about something else, got nothing to do with you, whatever. But if you think that, suck my dick. Like whatever you think or whatever you may think something's going on in my mind, just give me some head. Like whatever it was, whether it was you or wasn't you, that just alleviated it immediately, whatever. So I feel that's something to keep in mind. And also keep in mind, however many times you suck dick, how many of the times were random. And if it wasn't at least half, majority, double that, whatever. But to your point, though, I never even thought about if a girl gave me some crazy head and then
spontaneously,
was like, so,
it has
no,
to
of course,
be spontaneous.
Yeah, for sure, spontaneous crazy as head, and then was like, yeah, I was thinking I might be the most open or understanding or be able to listen. I can't think of the phrasing, but just way of thinking at the time ever possible. You gave me some crazy head. I'm willing to listen to communicate about anything right now. I'm appreciative. I'm alleviated, relieved. I can hear better now because I'm unclogged. Like, what? Yeah, you just crack cool.
No, because I just feel like it's like he clearly is sexually frustrated. So the best way to go about this conversation is to spontaneously catch him off guard with some head. And then, after he gets his nut off, then go into like, okay, you know what? I think we need to talk.
Wow. If most men hate that they hate that approach. I think we need to talk. We should already get on guard and defensive. Like, oh my god, we need to talk or whatever. But if you lead with the head, he might
like give him some lunchtime head. Don't nobody expect head during lunch.
Yeah, that's different.
And we quarantine.
I'm truly amazed by this. Like, whoa, I might gotta give you a shout out. Like, yo, fellas, hey, this one. Ben Simmons, you don't know what you left. You don't know what you left.
I'm done.
Yeah, all right, she knows how to communicate. All right, continue.
Let's move on to the next letter. Which one do we want to do next?
What was last again? Or third or fourth?
The fourth one was a girl I've been dating for 2 years now cheated on me. After a week, she then asked if we could be together again.
All right, what was third?
Guys, what signs do you give someone you like?
Okay, I like that because women always be trying to play dumb and clueless. Okay. But, oh my god, I don't know
so this one is literally just like really short. So it says, and this is for a girl who's 18 and she's referring to a guy who's 23. I'm trying to gauge feelings for the guy that I like. I want to make a move, but I'm waiting for a sign that the feeling is mutual. What should I be looking out for?
I'll let y'all go. What are y'all thoughts, ladies? Because I'm always intrigued.
I mean, you're a guy, so
right. That's why
this is a female asking a guy. I feel like you got to go first. Okay. Right. But I mean, I'll give you time to think, because you're speaking from a king's perspective. So
no, I'm about to let the clip off. Like, I hate these. Think.
She's trying to gauge feelings for a guy. I want to make a move, but I'm waiting for a sign that the feeling is mutual. What should I be looking out for?
I feel like the signs are usually very clear. Like I never met, I don't think I've ever met a guy that like, if I couldn't tell, I just feel like, oh, he's not interested. But I don't know.
See, maybe. I 100% disagree with that because I've been in too many situations where a dude liked me and I had no idea until way after the fact. Like, I've had situations where I started dating someone and then months later come to find out that his friend or a mutual person we knew had been liked me, but just never acted on it. So I ended up talking to somebody completely different. And I'm like, well, I never knew. Like, I literally had no indication that this person liked me,
Did you like the friend kind of more? Did y'all click a little more?
I mean, I would have dated the other person had they made any form of action or anything towards me with that. But because his friend or the other person came to me, I just entertained that more. So
I'm just curious. Do you think you would have clicked more with the other friend?
Oh, I mean, I think I would. I definitely think I would have clicked with him. Yeah, but I don't know if it would have been more per se. But I definitely would have entertained it. To find out.
But he may not, even though he liked you, he may not have been trying to give you the signs because of his friend. Do you think that was the case?
No, because this was way before I even met his friend. Like, he had been like me, and that's
just
one
different
scenario.
Approaches. Yeah.
But I mean, again, because I can think of other guys who it had nothing to do with me talking to anybody they knew. They genuinely liked me, but it didn't come out until years later. Like, yeah, I had a crush on Venice for a while, and it's like, wow, that would have been nice to know because I actually would have entertained this.
Yeah, certain dudes are just way more to their detriment, more subtle. And passive with their approaches.
What I will say though is with all of those dudes, when I went back and thought about it, how they were around me was completely different than how I saw them with other women. Like a prime example, of them.
Real quick though, which guy you tell me? Some of the guys that did say something or didn't?
The ones who didn't say anything to me. The way they were with women and how I saw them around women was completely different than how they were with me or when I entered the room. A prime example is, I'll go into the first guy. So the first guy, he was a Q. Those who don't know, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And usually when I saw him with women, he was like just outlandish, you know, like he was just all over them, just doing the absolute most. Like he just came off like just complete borderline perv. But with me, it was like he'd be nervous to come up and say hi to me almost sometimes, or like I would come up and say hi to him first, or you know, he wouldn't like go out of his way to speak to me first. I would have to like acknowledge him, and then he'd be like, "Oh, hey, Venice," and give me a hug. But he never showed me that sign of him. Like I had to see that myself on accident. So I guess that kind of made sense in a sense when I later found out that he did like me. So I was like, oh, maybe that was his sign. I don't know.
The fact that he was shy around you because he held you at like a different regard, like he looked at you in a different way.
Maybe, yeah. But I guess that's how I could take it, because that was the only thing that made sense to me, was I could admit that he was completely different when he saw me or around me than he was with other women. So
interesting. What was it? Yeah, cause I know I tend to be like I never really came across any girls that like over time they probably couldn't have figured or knew that I liked them. Like it's like any girl that I've ever liked or wanted, I either got or I didn't, but they knew I liked them at least, though. Like or maybe just never progressed further than that. But I can tend to be more like I'm not just a shooter type nigga. I would probably fall on the more passive side of things in regards to women. Like any girl I've ever messed with, I probably knew them already over time, or they knew of me somehow already, some shit like that, whatever. So we had a rapport of some regard, or whether it was like socially through other people or social media or over time in person, some shit like that, whatever.
So with you being on the more reserved side, like what would be a cue you would give someone, like how would you express interest?
He said, "I see
what you say."
I see what you did there. What cue would you give? Ooh, bars. Yeah. So back to the original thing. I hate this whole thing because if I was a girl, I'd be a borderline sexual predator. Because I just believe that 9 times out of 10, the nigga wants you. That's just a fact of the matter. Like, niggas out here, yes it is, I'm not rolling. Like, and of course, you have the right to not want everybody back. But if it's a guy that you like, 9 times out of 10, he's attracted to you. Now, y'all might not be on the same page of like,
I feel like you out here putting out a lot of hope for women. That's
a dangerous assumption.
All right, okay, hold on. Now, bitch, if you ugly. You know, you out here looking like Whoopi Goldberg or Leslie Jones, then you gotta humble yourself and humble your playing field. It's cool. Instead of 9 out of 10, 3 out of 10. It's still good though. Leslie Jones shouldn't be able to get anybody, but she can at least get 3 out of every 10 people though. That's still impressive though. A nigga like Leslie Jones, he not fucking nothing, but a woman Leslie Jones, she can fuck 3 out of every 10 men though. That's still remarkable. So if you above 6'7", generally attractive woman, groom yourself and you look nice, and then you got something going for yourself, yeah, I'm rolling. All right, 7 out of every 10 men, you gonna know. And then I feel if y'all have multiple interactions with each other and it's at least pleasant, and he probably go out his way to do certain things, or go out his way to say certain things to you, or go out his way to maybe spend a little more extra time with you in some regards, or extend certain things, he like you. Certain dudes go a little heavier with that though. Certain dudes like, I don't know, but I feel like girls be knowing, man. I hate these conversations. Y'all don't know how much power y'all have, man. It's so much harder for men.
I'm on the whole other side of the spectrum, and I'm single, so I don't know. Don't listen to me, maybe.
Exactly.
But I feel like even if a guy expresses and
he said exactly. Oh my god!
You know what? I thought you were supposed to be on my side.
Speak queen.
But I like, even if a guy expresses interest in a way, I still like think, he's just talking. That's just what they do. I don't think that you should always even put so much like seriousness into that.
No, I agree with you. So I'm saying y'all might not be on the same level of seriousness or plans, but
Right.
I'm
Okay.
saying if you like, it's gonna be 10
If you
dudes there.
pressed it,
Yeah, it's 10
okay.
dudes in front of you. I'm saying around 7 of them are at least attracted to you, and like, what? Let's see, this could go anywhere possibly. Out of the 7, let's say maybe 2. Let's say 4 you're attracted to probably, or even 3. So at least 1 or 2 of those people, I think, is a good chance that you would be attracted to back, and y'all be on the same page of like, oh, that nigga's going on a date. I think we're both mutually interested in going on a date, and let's see where it's go. Now, both of this can go horribly wrong, but at least you can get the date though, and you be interested in the date. If it's man standing in front of 2 women, the odds would be totally different. Average man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I maybe can agree with that then.
So
Boom.
basically, you saying she should. There's no sign.
Get your
She
head,
should
get
go
your
ahead
head
and
out your
shoot her
ass.
shot.
Get your head out your ass. Stop overthinking this shit. More times than not, he's probably attracted to you. So cool. Now again, I can understand you don't want to go shoot your crazy shot and be all salty, because again, it might be in the 30 percentile of negative. But just be like, oh, like, I don't know. Like, don't just be like, yo, you're trying to go on a date. Or let's say, like, yo, you busy this weekend for happy hour. That's a good mutual plan. Oh, you busy? You trying to do a happy hour or da-da-da?
Have you ever took a girl seriously who approached you, or did you like ever look at her like, all right, well, this is gonna be easy, and look at her like on a lower playing field because of that?
All right, so one, I'm gonna say any dude that do that is a nut ass nigga. Because
Okay.
most niggas complain about women not approaching them or shooting a shot. So any dude that would try to hold a woman or judge a woman because of that, you stupid and you just retarded. I encourage all women to approach men sometimes and shoot your shot or whatever. Don't overthink it, because you have the privilege of being a woman and all that buying power. Now, to answer your
So
question,
how should a woman
my
shoot
girl
her
bagged
shot?
me. She bagged me.
Okay.
True story. We was at a long story short, we was in a like a birthday party type setting thing, whatever, like a hall or something. And it was like towards the end of the party at night and shit. I had me sitting down like in the chair against the wall, whatever, just like thinking about, oh shit, I'm with the Leafs and whatever. And she just randomly sat next to me and said, oh, why are you here by yourself? Who are you? And we started talking. And granted, she was on though. She was like a little bit too on. And that was like, I was joking. I didn't joke that night, but I ended up joking soon after that, in the upcoming weeks, whatever. And even to this day, I still made a joke saying I could have hit that night, and you was too on me, and you was on like shit, and shit, nigga, fuck out of here, false nigga. She like, you like a loser sitting over everybody else, so I came to talk to you. So that's what she says. But so yeah, like she just came to talk to me. Now, if she was ugly, I would have, probably just walked away or something. Like, but yeah, I would have probably talked to her. Said, "Oh, yeah, I'm good, I'm cute, but this and that." Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom though, like, and not sit in this chair ever again. And that would have been that. But she know I was attracted to her just because of how engaged I was in talking to her. Like, it's pretty simple.
Okay.
All right, well, sis, I hope that helped you some kind of way. Let's
Shoot
do
that
this
shot,
last
sis.
letter. Which letter do you guys want to do? Do we want to do the
Hey, what was 2 again?
Yeah, we have 2 options. So we can do either does girl or women, whatever that's supposed to mean, usually text a lot of guys just to have that feeling of being wanted because this happens to me. Or a girl I've been dating for 2 years now cheated on me. After a week, she then asked if we could be together again. Which one?
Yeah, what y'all pick?
Amber,
what's your choice? I don't want to pick. It's Q. He's the guest.
All right.
You pick, B. Whoever. It don't matter.
All right, Q, it's on you.
Okay, on me. I'm going to say, because quick answer to the last one, fuck that bitch, she cheated on you, chalk her. So,
all
2
right,
though,
so
I think.
Text it is.
Yeah. 2.
That's
2
the one I was leaning towards
interesting.
anyway. So let's do this one. So we have a 23-year-old male and a 25-year-old female. And this letter is coming from the 23-year-old male. You guys ready? Okay, basically he's saying she's divorced with 3 kids. The girl from the
what?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, with two
Already?
kids. My bad. She's divorced with two kids.
Oh, God.
So this girl, from the way she looks, she posts pictures on Instagrams like model pictures of her showing off her cleavage. Her cleavage. So 100% there's going to be
Ooh.
a lot of guys DMing her. She lives in a very small town, population of about 100 people.
Okay,
Wow.
what?
He did
What?
his research.
Right.
Louisiana ass nigga.
Right. At first she slid. Oh, he cannot spell. My God. At first she
Girl or
slid.
women.
At first she slid in my DM and said I'm cute, all that, and I'm like, no
Shout
way.
out to her. Shout out to her.
She's way too pretty to think I'm that cute. Then the convo dies. Then it picks up again. She slides in my DM commenting on my snap pic. Huh? Okay. Then I snap her back and forth, then the convo ended. Just last night, she slides in my DM again saying my hair looks nice and she asked what I was doing. She left me hanging for 1 hour, so I left her hanging for 3 because because first it was like 10 p.m. I don't want to desperately text all the time. So I text her back 3 hours later. Then I finished talking to my buddies. All right, sir, you got way too much time on your hands at 23. Let me finish this letter. The problem here, oh, we haven't even gotten to the problem yet. Okay. The problem here is I think she only fucking with me part-time and I don't do that. I don't want to be someone's second option to text. That pissed me off. But based on the convo, I told her, in quote, I bet you
I
got
bet.
tons. Okay, I get what he's trying to say. I bet you got tons of guys lined up to talk to you. Her answer was, end quote, that I don't know. Most shoot their shot and I ignored them. You got a vibe. I asked her if her and I were if I asked her if her and I were, and she said, well, duh. I think it's a total lie. Am I confused? If her and I were what? Did I miss something?
Well, had the vibe, or if we had
Oh,
the
okay.
vibe.
Had the vibe. Got it. Okay. Each time the convo ended, it doesn't end right because I'd ask a question and she just left me open and I never got the answer, such as what you up to. Then never answer 3 weeks later. Maybe she slided my DMs again. Whew. All right.
Lord.
All right, Plies. Let me tell you something, Plies.
All right, Plies.
I'm a firm believer in not forcing any relationship in my life, whether it's a loved one, a family member, a friend, or a girlfriend, or a dating thing. So the fact that you got to even think this hard or do all this acrobats and all this type of shit, just cut this bitch off. She's not that interested. She's not that into you. Go watch that movie. She's just not that into you, man. It's okay. You will live to see another day, and another girl will hopefully jump into your DM. Probably not though. Cool. Like she's not into she definitely just hit you when she's bored because the nigga she's really interested in don't hit her back, and he's probably playing the same game with her she's playing with you, and it's a vicious cycle which is going to continue forever, and you're going to do to somebody else probably. That's all it is.
Amber.
I agree with Q pretty much. It sounds like a game to me. I think he's reading way too much into it. Like if you don't care about hearing from her every now and then keep replying. If it bothers you this much, then stop replying. It's not a relationship. So I mean the fact that he has analyzed it this much.
If someone
so he is
dubs you twice, then that should be the rule. Like that's always been my max. If someone don't respond back to my text like 2 consecutive times, just leave it alone. It's cool.
Yeah, I have a 3-time limit. If I reach out to you 3 times, you don't respond, then it's a dub. But he is a living example of exactly what I describe as an entertainer. Again, check out that episode of Sip and Spill where I clearly define my hierarchy. And I feel like this is exactly, yes, a hierarchy. This is a prime example of an entertainer.
Yeah.
I reach out to you.
Women are trash.
No.
I reach out to you when I'm bored or when I'm feeling down on myself because I know no matter what, you're always going to want me. And this is exactly that. She can go without responding to you for weeks. You just said 3 weeks. She can go 3 weeks without responding to you. And then when she reaches out to you, you have to force yourself not to text her back. Perfect example of an entertainer. Don't fall in that hierarchy because once you're there, you're not getting promoted. It's very rare that a man or a woman, because men have entertainers too. We're not going to act like this is only a woman thing. It's very rare that a man or a woman will have an entertainer that gets promoted. The difference is men will have sex with their entertainers and women
exactly
won't. But regardless, you're still in the entertainer box at the end of the day. Like you're not getting out of that.
Y'all
so you say y'all worse.
Did you have in your single days, did you have entertainers for ego purpose?
No, that's some sociopath shit. That's like women are trash. Like
that is not no sociopath shit. Don't you judge us.
What type of sick ass shit is that?
I'm just willing to vocalize it.
Anybody I ever text like that, I was trying to have sex with. And that's all it was.
Yes, but just because you're having sex with them does not mean that they're not an entertainer to you. Like I think that's the only differentiating factor to me for a male who has entertainers and a woman that has entertainers is that men will have sex with you even if you are in that box.
Right.
Just like the friend zone. Like men will have women that they friend zone who they still have sex with. Whereas women, when we friend zone you, we're not having sex with you. That's the only differentiating factor is sex.
This is why y'all worse though, and sociopaths and more trash though. Because the guy you're entertaining, he wants sex, and all you want is an ego boost and whatever. Because the other nigga you actually are fucking or want more from, he not giving it back to y'all on the outs or whatever. So you gonna talk to the entertainer guy, and he just waiting by his phone, all frustrated, emailing, sip and spill and shit. Like that's some like at least with men, like I'm single, so I'm looking for prospects to date and to be single and mingle with. So they're getting some out of it. I'm getting some out of it. Like, it's cool.
No, because y'all know that the women that are in y'all entertainer box want more than sex from you. But you know that when you are feeling low on yourself, when you lose your job, your girl kick you out the crib, you living out of your mom's basement, that if you hit up this girl who's an entertainer, she is going to be excited to hear from you. Point blank, period. It's not worse. It's the same.
It's better because at least she still gets something out of it. The entertainer do not get.
But it's worse though because she has an emotional attachment to your penis.
That's true.
And you know that. Like she has an emotional attachment to it. I'm not giving you my body when you're an entertainer because I don't need you going crazy once you get some puss.
That's cool. I'm just letting you know the guy on your dynamic, the guy is literally getting nothing out of this. At least in my dynamic with the girl, she's getting something out of it. Of course, it's not all she would want, probably, but she gets something. She gets a cracker.
I think it's worse. I think it's worse because you know she has an emotional attachment, and that's how y'all get y'all tires slashed, and that's how y'all get y'all windows busted into because y'all keep giving these entertainers penis when you know that that's her role and it's not going to get any higher. But that's a conversation for another day. The point here is, sir, never accept the role of an entertainer. If you realize that and it sounds like you have realized that you're an entertainer, then it's time to move on because she is not going to promote you. You're not going to the next level. Like, this is it. This is it.
Hey.
She might let you smash because some women do smash their entertainers. So, you know, she might, so maybe you.
So you're saying there's a chance,
but I'm saying it depends on the woman, and based off of what he's saying for her, it sounds like she might be, you know. Well, no, actually, no, he didn't give enough detail for me to make that assumption. But regardless, don't put all your eggs in one basket in this situation. But you're an entertainer, leave it at that.
Hey, you sir, are you still on that couch there by yourself with your phone in hand and nobody texts you? Has she never texted you back? Has she just texted you and she didn't text you back in 3 weeks and she didn't reply back then? Don't send that text back because you're an entertainer.
Yeah.
Once you
and also, this isn't even to like make him feel bad because I personally believe I personally believe that everybody has been an entertainer to somebody. Period. I don't care who you are. LeBron James has been an entertainer to somebody. Like, I don't care who you are.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
I'm just saying, like, I know I've been an entertainer to people, and I'm sure Q, you've been an entertainer to people, and I'm sure Amber's been an entertainer to people. Like, we've all been an entertainer to somebody. It's in this instance where we like somebody more than they like them. That's usually when that happens.
All right, I'm sorry. Rolling.
We like somebody more than they like us. That's what I meant.
All right. Is this a safe space?
Yeah, it's safe.
It's a safe space.
Speak.
So
talk heavy, King.
This ain't going to be heavy at all. It's going to be very light, featherweightish. But so I used to say I had all my L's and accounted for, and I was living through life trying to rectify all these L's slowly but surely. So for instance, one L so the girl I told you before that you spiced up my whole story about, that I said had the worst personality I've ever experienced, but I ended up smashing a few times. That was an L. I wanted to hit so bad back in high school, so I finally got the chance. Oh yeah, I fixed this L now. Cool. Like I finally got that off my bucket list. So shit like that. So then it was this girl that I talked to literally right before I met my girlfriend now, current girlfriend, and we was talking for a few months or whatever, and we went on a few dates. We never smashed, fast forward. We went on a few dates, and I don't remember it as clearly now because fucking like 4 or 5 years ago and shit. But I remember that we was texting at one point, and it kind of like faded out over like maybe a week or two, and then but right before it though, she said, "Oh, I want you to come over to see I want you to come over to my family for Thanksgiving. I want you to come over to my family house for Thanksgiving. We'll always have a big dinner and shit." And I was like, "Really?" I was surprised by that. Because mind you, I definitely didn't love this girl, like her. We were just talking. It wasn't a big deal to me. Like, you want to come over for Thanksgiving? I'm like, and I'm not like a super family oriented type Thanksgiving person, but I definitely enjoy going to my house and not going nowhere, like just staying still. Mm-hmm. But I'm coming there at night, whatever, and I'm going over there, and we actually had a really good time and shit. Like, yeah, like a bunch of drinks and shit. It was cool and shit. So, but then like right after that, it faded again, like a week or so. And then I ended up texting her, and I was like, "Oh, what's up? You cool? What's up with you?" She's like, "I'm actually going through some crazy shit. Blah, blah, blah. I'm crying." It's like some wild shit. I remember just looking at my phone like, "This is a lot to take in." Wasn't really expecting to hear all this right now. Like, and I remember she's like, "I'm just call you later or something." I was like, "Okay," but she never called her. We literally never spoke again. But so when I remember like years later, so I just say I was never an L. I was talking to my girlfriend about it though. And we was having this conversation like, "Oh, that was definitely an L. She was using you. She made you take her out on a few dates and blah, blah, blah." And my rebuttal always was like, "Why would you invite your, let's say, quote unquote, entertainer to Thanksgiving though?" That just never made sense to me. So I always chalked it up to like,
because she was at the bottom of the barrel in her life. She was depressed. She lost something. Maybe she lost her job. Maybe whatever was going through. And your entertainer is your ego boost.
To Thanksgiving though?
To your family?
I mean, to me though, like everybody isn't the same with that. You know? Like not everybody cares about...
I'm not rolling. That's not an L. I'm not rolling.
I don't know, bro. I think you still gotta take that loss. Like I hear you, but I still like you still gotta take that loss.
I think we were both talking.
I had somebody tell me explicitly that he's invited 2 girls he was dating at the same time to family functions and Thanksgiving. They didn't figure it out because his family played it off, but he did that to give the person the illusion that he cared. So, I mean, the people that he cared. So, like I said, like to some people, it's really not that deep.
But I don't think that's the same because, again, like it wasn't like to me, women did get off on that a lot of times. Like, "Oh, I'm going to see his family." I really didn't give a fuck. Like I was like, I went there and I was like, okay, and actually being a good time. I also remember thinking being mad because she had some badass cousins. I was like, God damn, like I really got the wrong one and shit. So like I really was like not that invested. Had some good ass drinks.
A hard loss.
Did you miss her when she?
Not
you
only
obviously
were you
missed
her
her.
entertainer, but you.
No, I didn't miss her. I'm saying it was real. It was no real investment.
You text her and said, "What's up with you?" You were wondering.
No, it wasn't like a "What's up? Where you been?"
See how you
like,
trying to downplay this L?
Oh my god! Like I'm not holding this L. This is not an L. I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling. No, I just think she was going through whatever she went through, and we was at different pages, and we just faded, which is fine.
That may have been.
Yeah.
I don't think you were necessarily an entertainer, but I do think, I mean, she still ghosted for whatever the reason. It may not be because you were an entertainer, but it seemed like you did kind of miss her, and maybe you would have wished that you would have ended it as opposed to her. But
okay, we on the same page generally, Queen, so I'll take that. Like, as always, you get points. You get partial credit because you kind of lost me at the end of that. I definitely didn't miss her, but we still agree though. As always,
didn't miss her, but you was wondering what was up with y'all.
It wasn't like a "what's up," what happened. It's like literally "what's up," like you know, like "what's up," like people say that as a greeting, like "oh, what's up? What you doing?"
Okay. I'll say I'm guessing. I don't think you necessarily were an entertainer. I won't put you there. I don't think. I mean,
my girl, she agrees. You know, she trash too. So there you go. Well, look what y'all got in common. Like,
I just said I don't think you were an entertainer in that case. Like, I don't feel like in that scenario you were an entertainer. Like, because the entertainer is at the bottom of the hierarchy. I feel like you were like
that's funny.
One of like the boo things, you know.
Okay, I'll take that. And I definitely will agree with you that
you just weren't the main, but you were one of the boo things.
That's cool. So let's look at it this way, like the context or dynamics. So you got the entertainer, boo thing or something, but then you got the other, like, you know, element of like the being ghosted and then holding the L. Like, you got to take this L. So if you get ghosted, cause I think you probably can't refute that I got ghosted. That stands. Is that an automatic L? I wouldn't want to say.
I definitely feel like if you get ghosted, you get demoted to an entertainer. You gotta take that demotion.
I don't know about necessarily that, but I would take it as nobody wants to be ghosted. Like, even if you don't want to deal with the person anymore, I think everybody would rather, like, they have known what happened or a mutual understanding, or I wouldn't want to be. I would take it as an L if I was ghosted.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's an L. That's an L. But in reference to the hierarchy, you were a boo thing to her. But yeah.
What?
She may have wanted you to be a main thing. It could have been something else going. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. There's so many variables. Like, who knows?
Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Like I said, I think she was going through whatever thing. And like I said, because I wasn't so invested, I didn't care to even find out or try to fill the void of that, whatever.
So it wasn't that much of L, because that's true. If you cared, you would have. Yeah. That's
and again, if the Thanksgiving thing never happened, I probably didn't even tell this story. But that, to me, that just made it even more interesting, not even confusing. I think that makes it seem like I missed it. But I was like, if anything, I'd rather see the family again. That was a popping ass party. Like,
I'm done. Yeah. I would like to see the family. Fuck that bitch.
Like they're fucking cousins again. Like,
oh my goodness, I'm done. All right, y'all. So I think it is time to wrap this episode up. Thank you so much to Q, right on Q Live, for stopping back through Sip and Spill. Y'all showed him love last season, so let's see that same love this time.
Thank you, listeners, for anybody listening this far. Thank you to the one queen of the show.
Wow. Don't be shady.
Don't be shady. One other person that happens to hold space on the show. There's a hierarchy here. There's a hierarchy. You have the queen and then the entertainer.
I'm gay
of the show.
How have been getting dragged on my own show all episode?
And then you got the guest when Q comes on.
Let's see if he keeps that same energy when I bring these baby back ribs to this post-quarantine party. Wait
a minute.
Energy.
I think you could possibly just have Amber pick up the ribs and then bring the ribs by herself. As long as we get the ribs,
But yeah, thanks again, and until next time, deuces.
Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our podcast and give us a 5-star rating.
You can find us on sipandspills.com. That's sipandspills.com, where you can find our podcasts, blog posts, and join our email list where we offer special giveaways and discounts.
Also, make sure you follow us on social media. That's at sipandspills across all social media.
And until next time, deuces!
Playing games, got a whole gang, so push rock on my team.